must be out of your mind.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Barbara is nervous because her check engine light is on and she's expecting the worst. But she went to AutoZone, where a friendly auto runs a fix finder scan. Just one of AutoZone's
Gallegos, you might remember, got an upset TKO win over rising prospect Khalil Ko. They are going to meet again May 30th in Guadalajara in Mexico. On June 14th, Richardson Hitchens defends his IBF super lightweight title right here in New York City against former unified lightweight champion George Kambosos. July 19th, we're going to be live from Wembley Stadium as Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois rematch for the undisputed heavyweight title. And later that same day, we got Bam Rodriguez fighting for the first time in 2025. He takes on South Africa's Fumalela Kafu in a unification fight here in Dallas, in Texas. So still some time for those fights to come around. But Edgar Berlanga, his home city, New York, next up against Hamza Shiraz versus Edgar Berlanga. If Mike Coppinger can hear me, I would love to hear his thoughts on this one. I like this matchup, Mike. What about you?
Yeah, it's a great fight. You have a big puncher in Edgar Berlanga, and Hamza Shiraz coming off of that draw to Carlos Adames at 160. He's going to take on a big fight in his first fight at 168. And I asked Hamza Shiraz yesterday why this should be the headliner, and he said simple, two big punchers.
Well, we are looking forward to that fight very much indeed. Big fights are coming up here. We got the 3 main events still to come for you. And big fights deserve a big intro. Here is Jonathan Sugarfoot Moffett.
Welcome to the King of the Card, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, where Sergio Mora and I will compete to see who could profit more with a theoretical $1,000 budget on tonight's card. And Sergio, we're going to start with the 140-pound title fight. Teofimo
genuine bad blood. The Ring and WBO super lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez is going to put his belts on the line against a fighter with high-profile upsets already on his resume in Arnold Barboza Jr. That is next, live from Times Square. Let me hand you back to Jim Lampley and the team.
All right, thank you, Kate. Let's get ready for the first of our three main events of the evening. There's a good look at Arnold Barboza, who is cast as the opponent, more or less, in this fight, but some opponent, 32-0-0. Only 11 knockouts. He's a boxer. But Teofimo Lopez is trying to regain the luster he had earlier in his career after a victory over Vasily Lomachenko vaulted him to somewhere close to the top of the heap, and then he wound up losing to George Kambosos in a surprise upset. So Teofimo Lopez against Arnold Barboza. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Fatal Fury here in Times Square, New York City, New York, USA, and an evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. Coming up next, the first of three main event contests. So now, coming to the ring, one fighter, another fighter on the way. At this time, for this championship contest, please welcome the challenger, Arnold Barboza Jr.
Hold to one. Teofimo Lopez, and you can see that 77% of the audience believes that Teofimo is going to win. That is typical of Barboza's career. Mike Coppinger, I think Barboza has been underestimated for years.
I agree, Jim. Barboza is a very crafty fighter. He can box from the outside. He can box going forward. And he's on an incredible run, like we said at the top of the show, coming off of that upset victory over Jack Catterall on the road in Manchester. He's ready.
Teofimo Lopez, from the moment he entered professional boxing, had star quality written all over him. The win over Lomachenko seemed to establish him as perhaps the #1 fighter of his generation going forward. The loss to Kambosos removed a lot of the luster, Antonio.
Yeah, and tonight he can fix all of that by beating Arnold Barboza and getting right back in that pound-for-pound list, man. Again, he still only has one controversial loss to Kamboza, and I'm still not sure why that fight hadn't happened yet. With Teofimo, I would have avenged that loss already.
What's Teofimo's signature talent, Antonio?
I think he's just a gift, man. He's one of those special talents. The things he do, you're not going to find, you know what I mean, on the tail of the tape. He has a different type of energy when he's on his square. He's going to have to be the best TO to win this fight tonight. And I'm excited to see it.
Let's go to the best ring announcer in the sport, Michael Buffer, to set it up.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the first of our 3 main events here at Fatal Fury Times Square, Manhattan, New York City, New York, USA. And it's a presentation of the Bible of Boxing Ring Magazine and SNK Corporation, publisher of Fatal Fury, the City of Wolves, the famous video fighting game. With promoters Oscar De La Hoya for Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, and Box Raw, this bout presented in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. This contest sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matthew Delaglio, and the World Boxing Organization President Gustavo Olivieri. The 3 judges assigned at ringside, Max DeLuca, Eric Marlinsky, and David Sutherland. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Eric Daly. And now, with recognition from Ring Magazine for the title, this contest is 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with blue, weighing in officially at 139.8 pounds. His professional record is a perfect one. 32 fights, 32 victories, including 11 big wins by knockout. From El Monte, California, he's the #1 ranked WBO challenger, ranked #3 in the world by The Ring. The former junior welterweight champion of the world, Arnold Barboza Jr. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing navy blue to the ring and weighing in officially at 139.6 pounds. From Brooklyn, New York, his professional record stands at 21 victories, 13 big wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. He is the former undisputed lightweight world champion, the reigning and defending ring and WBO junior welterweight champion of the world, Teofimo the Takeover Lopez.
Okay, gentlemen, you already know the rules. Let me remind you to keep it clean, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Protect yourself at all times, man.
So, Teofimo Lopez against Arnold Barboza, New York against California, in Times Square. Perfect confrontation.
Round on.
You saw the fan poll that favored Teofimo Lopez by 77%. Fans of Barboza, who is 32-0, might beg to differ. A year ago, on the undercard of Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney in the Barclays Center across the water in Brooklyn, Barboza had a close fight against a lanky Irishman named Sean McComb. A lot of people thought McComb was winning the fight. Barboza wound up with a clear decision.
Yeah, Jim, and speaking of that, I visited Teofimo Lopez in camp in Miami, and he told me that Barboza Jr. had, quote-unquote, barely won his last 3 fights or so.
It was a close decision against McComb, that's for sure. At the end of the day, it's not how you win them, it's whether you win them.
And I'll say that those 3 opponents were top-notch opponents. Those wasn't just any of your average guys, you know what I'm saying, in the rankings. Those are top of the heap.
There's an interesting comparison between Barboza and 168, 175-pound knockout sensation David Benavidez. David Benavidez in early teens had to peel off 80-plus pounds to get himself into shape to become a boxer. Barboza at one point put on 100 pounds to be a football player and became a pretty good high school football player, a linebacker at over 200 pounds. Then peeled off 80 to 100 pounds to get back into position to be the boxer he is now. If you have the discipline to do that kind of thing, then you have the discipline to pursue the craft of boxing, which takes day after day, hour after hour application.
This sophisticated chess match about to heat up, man. I really like that. Both of these guys came out with their mind in the game. They're not just in there physically trying to break that door down. They're thinking their way through this.
Likes to knock the jab out the way.
And you mentioned discipline, Jim. Arnold Barboza has had a bunch of training camps in Big Bear, away from his family, in the mountains, in altitude.
Big Bear has a long record of success as a training location for a lot of top fighters.
Let's go. It's going to be a long
Good
day.
right hand by Barboza.
The left hand underneath by Teofimo. They're trading shots, more or less in the middle of the ring, which is an entertaining start to this fight.
It is.
Towards the end of the round, Teofimo was holding the center ring. This is only round one, so I'm going to give Teofimo the first round. Teofimo got the first round. Teofimo's dad fell over, getting into the ring. Let's go. Let's see if we can hear what they say.
Keep on jabbing. Keep on jabbing. You'll get him. You'll get him. You can't throw that right hand like that. Jab your way in. You got a lot of energy, bro. Pégale duro. Cuando touch. Rácala. Okay? I got you. Remember, you gotta touch him. Then go for it, all right? You hurt him in the body already. Shoot the body. Keep on jabbing.
That's how you up to the corner.
Lopez taking instruction from his father in the corner. Taller Barboza stepping to the center of the ring again.
He's holding it down, and he's either holding it down or probing it.
Both fighters jab to the body.
He's the taller guy. There's no reason. He's the taller man in the ring. Barboza don't need to.
What's the normal purpose of the jab to the body, Antonio?
Well, that's just to set the other punches up, and it keeps your guy at bay. It's hard. Oh, good right hand counter. It's hard to go through that stiff body shot. But look for Teo to add on to that shot. That's what makes it effective.
Combination punchers are usually the best fighters. Teofimo Lopez has been at times in his career a brilliant combination puncher.
And Jim, of these three main events, this fight has by far the closest odds. Lopez entered the fight just a minus 260 favorite.
Sneaky left hand.
And this is the third defense of Lopez's Ring Magazine Junior Welterweight title. He won it from Josh Taylor, defended it successfully against Jermaine Ortiz and then against Steve Claggett last summer. But this is certainly the toughest opponent by far of those three defenses.
Left hook landed for Barboza. Not a hard shot, but it found the target.
If these rounds are going to be this competitive and this close, it's going to be a nightmare for these judges to find out who's actually winning this fight.
Well, particularly because, excuse me, at this moment, is. It's not an overwhelmingly fast pace. There are flurries. There are moments when they step to each other. There are other moments when they're standing and looking at each other and trying to survey the next opportunity. That always makes it harder for judges, too.
You certainly see the disparity in the hand speed. Lopez, one of some of the fastest hands in the sport, and Barbosa's patient. He's waiting to counterpunch, and he does right there.
Great observation, Cop.
No measurement. Don't stick your arm out like that. Let's go.
That was beautiful.
Time!
50 years ago.
They got a commercial now, so we're not going to be able to hear what's going on. They got a commercial. When they do that, they don't really care about the other side's corner because they're giving a commercial break. They don't care what the other guy's corner is saying, which is Barbosa's corner. Barbosa is the B-side. Barbosa is the B-side. Let me say it again. Barbosa is the B-side. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We got all night. We got tomorrow night, and we got the next night. Let's go. Let's go. We got we still got 3 more fights left in this night. These are all main event style fights. Turkey al-Sheikh from Saudi Arabia has produced a good card. These are all main event style fights. All main event style. The B side is really weak, to be honest with you. They have no chance of really winning unless the puncher's chance. That's the only thing they got. They got the puncher's chance. But they got to be aggressive enough to take it. They got to take it. Let's go round.
Setting for a boxing card, courtesy of Turkey al-Sheikh, who has brought big-time boxing to the middle of Times Square.
You see Tio, he keeps jabbing to the body, and that's obviously a great way to disrupt Barbosa's rhythm.
I think you showed me between rounds a scorecard that had Tio winning the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, Jim, I have Tio up 20-18, 2-0, but these are tough rounds to score, particularly the first rounds. I think Tio's beating Barbosa to the punch, and of course, he's more creative with his offense.
None of that unexpected, and that's part of what may make it an uphill fight for Barbosa, is a little more workmanlike as a boxer than Teofimo Lopez.
Well, that was a good right hand that Barbosa just landed, but Teofimo reacted and fired right back. This is going to be a hell of a fight.
I think if Barbosa has in his arsenal a best punch, to me it's his straight right hand. I think that he beat McComb stepping forward with the straight right hand. Now that's against a southpaw. Obviously, this is a different equation because Teofimo is a conventional fighter.
And you see right there, the leg, the footwork, the movement. That'll drive a guy like Arnold Barbosa nuts because he needs you to engage. You know what I mean? And Teofimo is not having it. He's on the square tonight.
Teofimo, one of the most athletic fighters in all of boxing and one of the most confident, too.
And he's getting home with that left hand to the body. Be prepared for that right hand to crash up top. Watch.
Straight right hand again from Barbosa.
I think Barbosa's going to have to close the gap a little bit. If he let Tio just sit out there from that range, he'll never be able to find him.
He's falling short with his jab. Falling short with his jab by a few inches every time. So that underlines your point. Antonio.
And it's the little movement that Tio is doing in front of Arnold that's giving him these fits. The little feints, the little breaks, because he don't know if he's going to punch off those movements. Good counter hook.
The little feints upset your timing and rhythm.
It really does. And look at that hook he just hit on Barbosa with. Tio is on the square. I haven't seen him look this good in a long time.
He's certainly looking sharp. I watched him spar in Miami. He almost put one of his sparring partners through the ropes.
Oh, the counter shot with the right hand.
Excellent. Teofimo Lopez showing you some of his remarkable talent here in this round. He was already ahead 2 rounds to 1. The 2 rounds to none on Coppinger's card, and now a 3rd round.
He celebrated too early. Teofimo got 1, 2, 3 rounds already in his pocket. 1, 2, 3 rounds in his pocket. This is a championship match. You need to go after it. You need to go after it. Barbosa, what you doing, man? What you doing, man? Little gazelle 1-2s are not working for you in this fight. It might have worked with the other guys, but it's not going to work with you in this fight. You got to set Teofimo up and cut off the ring. Every time he moves in one direction, you throw a hook in that direction. Step in there. Move the hook and step in there. Now you got him blocked. He's going back up into the corner. Teofimo's boxing you. Teofimo's giving you a boxing lesson. You need to block him. You need to utilize the ring. Teofimo, when he's in trouble, he's running around. He's dipping and dodging. He's faking. When he's faking, that's when you hit him. First to hit, first to win. Come on, Barbosa. You got this or what, man? Come on. You got 3 more rounds to show. If not, you're gone. And then you're going to need a knockout. And I don't think you're going to land that.
Quite an assignment, though, to train in Australia and then make the long flight here to the United States and try to put it all together. He's done it before.
He also often trains in Miami, and again, Hitchens has a tricky style.
And we turn our attention back to round 4 between Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barbosa, and let's once again check in with the one-time heavyweight sensation, Mike Tyson. Mike, what do you see?
Hey, sensational fight. Man, Barbosa's in there fighting. Teofimo's just very sharp. Very sharp fighter. Very elusive.
Jim, I just think so far the hand speed and the foot speed is a big problem for Barbosa.
It's hard for Barbosa to hit him. Very elusive, Teofimo Lopez.
Oh my God!
I think that's where Barbosa needs to pitch camp, right there. If he's going to have some offensive effect, to be an offensive effective against Teofimo. Good time right hand by Teofimo.
I think as Jim pointed out, Barbosa keeps reaching with that jab. He's just fighting at the wrong distance, right?
That means he got to double it up, get closer. And I think also Arnold Barbosa need a man to be kind of standing still. It's, you know, when you move, it throws him off, for sure.
Well, he's not as fast as Teofimo Lopez. He's not as fluid in his motions as Teofimo Lopez. He's a hard-working fighter who might be just a little bit out-talented here.
That's what it looks like right now, but he still has rounds to go. He could change it, turn it around, but you got to be a smart fighter to do that.
You should never count out a fighter who's 32-0. He's seen a lot. He's gotten past a lot. He's found a way to win fights that might not have been going his way. Now it appears he would have to do it again. Against probably the most gifted fighter he's fought.
Exactly. I'm curious to know what his corner's going to tell him in between rounds.
Well, hold the back of his head. Don't pull it on the back of his head.
Barbosa landed an uppercut, but he was throwing it from a distance. It loses power when it has to travel through space. The uppercut that really hurts you is the one that's
Stop measuring, Barbosa.
inside.
Stop measuring.
Last week there was a sensational fight in England between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Our Emily Austin has caught up with Conor Benn.
We are here in Times Square with Conor Benn, coming off of a phenomenal fight. What a welcome to New York. Have you ever seen such a thing?
No, it's a blessing to be here and watch history tonight. I mean, what an event, what an occasion. I thought it was crazy at first. I couldn't see it. And now what an event. You know, it's unbelievable. Absolutely phenomenal.
Fans are thinking these fights are 50-50. Any predictions going into the night?
They're definitely all 50-50. I think there may be one upset. I've got Teo over Barbosa. I just think Teo's all wrong. I've got Ramirez and Haney. That's a 50-50 fight. But then I've got Ryan Garcia. It's maybe being a sticky fight early on. First 2 rounds, and then I think Ryan will get the stoppage.
Ryan?
Let me tell you, I don't like this fight card. It's all one-sided. All the guys on the B side, they destined to lose. They already got matches set up for the next one. Because if Ryan, once set up to fight Ryan Garcia, and then Ryan Garcia got to do his part to win that fight. Teofimo 3 rounds out of 4. 4 out of 4. Excuse me. We're in round 5. Let's go.
Well, I think they're really basing it off the last fight that Haney had. There's still a lot of questions that hasn't been answered. That we're going to need to answer.
You're talking about the fight in Brooklyn against Ryan Garcia last year, which was a nightmare for Haney, but wound up a no decision.
Right. I ain't see a body shot from Barbosa like that effective one.
And Haney, like Barbosa, Jim, he trained in Big Bear too.
Never a bad idea.
He's blocking the punches.
Escanada Golovkin.
Like, with his
Good
forearm.
cover right by Teofimo Lopez.
Teo looks
In the
super,
mouth
super
fight,
sharp today.
he ain't completely in the
Good
face
body shot. Yeah, he is sharp. He's on his space.
Is it the best Teo we've seen since his win over Lomachenko?
I would say yes.
Watch your heads in there, guys.
I would say
Watch your
yes.
heads.
He's in control. He's doing what he want to do.
So he's put it together at the right moment for the right stage. A New York fighter fighting in Times Square.
You know he's feeling good. Look at his moves he's making.
Yeah. He's showboating just a little bit.
Barbosa now doing a better job of coming in and landing his shots and asserting himself.
Well, Barbosa is nothing if not determined. He's gotten through a lot of different obstacles in his career. He has probably performed at a higher level than most people would have thought when his professional career began.
Yeah, and Teofimo Lopez, he has a bit of swelling under his right eye. It's gotten a little worse as the rounds have gone on.
We're only in round 5 of schedule 12. Still plenty of time for Barbosa, almost certainly behind on the scorecards, to find the way to reel Teofimo in. But again, Teofimo looking so good, and there's a hard right hand thrown from distance, but landed perfectly.
And I believe that 1-2 is, he's found a home with that 1-2. He's trying to smash in on Arnold Barbosa, looking to hurt him or either drop him with it.
I see Teofimo a lot of these times using that cross-arm defense, and it's working pretty well for him.
It's his version of the Philly shell.
It's pretty brilliant counter-punching by Teofimo in some moments, particularly in this round.
Yeah, he's in his bag right now, Jim. He's feeling good, man. Remember, this entertainment. It's the entertainment business. Look at that jab.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
So often, fighters portray with their body language how confident they're feeling in the ring. Teofimo strutting, dancing, throwing a left hook in the middle of a dance step, and then mugging for the audience. All of that.
He's in his element. There's no way Barbosa can touch him. He got no respect for his punches. Let's see what Pop's saying.
Give me. Keep on fucking him with the jab. You listening to me? Give him order. He's done. What I told you. You're better in your distance.
He's scared. He's afraid of you, man.
Because that jab is too fast. Listen, the jab is winning us the fight. Okay. Don't stop throwing it. And then set up your punches. Think about it. Every time you do it, slip back. Give him this. Give him this. Come back with the right.
It's your night.
You already, you got your rhythm after your fifth round. You got your rhythm.
As we continue to watch New York fighter Teofimo Lopez, let's go once again for observations from the ultimate New York fighter, Mike Tyson.
Man, if I'm not mistaken, Teofimo Lopez is giving a masterful performance.
I don't think you're mistaken, Mike.
No, he's just looking good. Smart, fast, sharp, elusive, not getting hit countering.
Mike, at what point in a training camp are you sure that you're going to come in and deliver a performance like this? Does it take all the way to the end of the training camp, or can you tell halfway through, 2/3 of the way through, something like that?
I'm the guy that takes at the end of the training camp because I'm fighting hard every moment of the round. So yeah, I like to fight to the end, like what, a few days before the fight and just get right in. Get so accustomed to fighting, sparring, then just get right in the ring.
2 minutes.
Thank you, Mike. Product of the great Customado, mystical teacher and trainer of boxing who handled Mike from his teenage years onward. After having taken Floyd Patterson to Olympic gold medal and heavyweight championship of the world, Gustavado was a legend in the sport. Mike Tyson is still a legend in the sport.
I just want to point out, man, Teofimo Lopez is looking fantastic tonight, and I can't see too many fighters beating him on this square. When he's moving like this, being hard to hit and counter-punching, practically unbeatable, man.
Well, it would probably take another fighter with extreme natural talent, and Barboza is not that. He's a worker bee. And a good one, a really good one, who has accomplished a lot. Once again, the record is 32-0, and there's a hard counter right hand that could change perspectives right now.
He hurt him. He hurt him with
Let's
that
see
one.
how he follows up.
But they both exchanged. Did you see that, Mike? They both landed solid shots.
He buckled to his legs.
Another one.
Antonio Tarver is flinching here at ringside. Antonio, they're not hitting you. Don't worry.
I can see it coming.
That was exactly what Barboza needed to change this fight.
And close the distance, Mike. He needs to close the distance to have that type of success. He got to keep letting his hands go, though.
And he's got to put mental determination behind it. It can't just be a one-punch festival. He's got to make that festival begin a momentum shift in the fight. And he's trying to do it right now.
He's landing his best shots he's landed in the entire fight thus far. Let's see, can he keep on advancing with that?
Well, he's letting Teofimo lead, and he's countering effectively.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
Is this a Barboza round, Jim, you think?
Well, the one big shot was hard to ignore. And, you know, if there's any round so far.
You're not going to give him the whole round because he caught Teofimo with one punch. Stop that. Stop that. And it was a clash of heads. Nah. Let's see. Nah, it was a solid punch. 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 It was a solid punch from Barboza. But still, you're not going to give him the whole round. You're not. They gave him the round. They gave Barboza the whole round. The first round that Barboza wins because he landed one shot. This is embarrassing.
Really good counter right hand wasn't enough to change the fight.
I think we talked Mike into that one. He wanted to get out with the Lopez.
Let's go, coaches. Come on.
Unless he knocks him down.
You see them working on the right eye right now. It is in a good spot, at least. It's under the eye.
And I think it was that shot that caused it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes a mouse under the eye eventually becomes a cut. That's a big change in a fight.
Most definitely.
But as Barboza begins this round, Teo goes back to the more confident body language, doubling the jab, waiting to counter, looking if Barboza is going to lead, which he isn't at this point. Teofimo comes with a hard right hand over the top.
Great right hand. I think Barboza just stands in front of Teo until Teo jabs. He won't beat him to the jab. Jab first.
I don't know if he's quick enough to jab first. It takes explosive release sometimes to do that. He's good.
Yeah, you see Barboza's left eye swelling up here.
He just got countered with an overhand right. Ooh. Teo's getting close with combination, guys.
When he hooks on it, he's going to come in for the hook.
Whatever effect that right hand had, Teofimo certainly has recovered now.
At the end of the day, Barboza just doesn't have the same kind of firepower that Teo Lopez has. And that's what's been the difference in the fight so far. That along with the fact that Teo clearly won the first 5 rounds.
And with experience, you know, Barboza will learn that there's different, you know, he can do with different wrinkles.
When a fighter is 32-0, Antonio, is there still a gap in experience? It depends on which opponents he's fought, right?
Exactly. It doesn't mean that he's fought the best, but he has fought good fighters. I don't know how many great fighters he's faced. And tonight he's in there with a great fighter.
Well, that's what everybody said about Teofimo Lopez after he beat Lomachenko. And he's flashing that kind of talent again here tonight in New York City, in Times Square, in the first ever event of its kind.
Yeah, Barboza seems to not be committing to one strategy. We've seen him trying to pressure Teofimo. Now he's trying to counter him, and nothing's really working, is it?
Well, again, if you're just as quick as your opponent, then you can gain purchase by countering well. But if you're not as quick as your opponent, it's very hard to counter him. And Teofimo Lopez is quicker than Arnold Barboza. We can see that.
Barboza's going to have to learn variations in his boxing game. You know, you can throw the jab 100 different ways. Speed, power.
10 seconds,
those are the, he can take some power off and smash it down with power, but he has to have variations to his game, Mike.
And you can see it on Barboza's face. He is getting frustrated, right?
By thinking with the smarter fighter.
Watch party in Times Square. Watch party in New York City. And let's take a look at a package from the fight that illustrates Teofimo Lopez's defensive skills, Antonio.
And here, we see Lopez on the ropes, but he's not covering up. He's moving, making him miss with every punch, and he have a right to counter as well. So that's great boxing ability right there, and we didn't see that in Teofimo's last few fights.
And when you swing hard and miss, you lose some of your energy. You're sapped a little bit like by that, right?
Every time. You expend yourself.
Seconds up. Let's go, coach.
So great defensive fighters over the course of 12 rounds can wear the opponent down simply by making them miss.
Most definitely.
Who did that to you?
Go ahead. Man, by making me miss. I didn't hit Eric Harden like I wanted to. And Bernard got away. You know, those are the two I wish I had back.
Bernard is impossible, let's face it.
I think it's important to note here, too, so many critics have called for Teo to get a new trainer and eliminate his dad from the corner. And he's doing great right now, and I think his dad is giving some sound advice.
Really good advice between the rounds. Really good advice.
Well, there are, over the long history of the sport, you can find many instances that demonstrate the pluses and the minuses of being trained by your father. It has to be an intelligent, balanced, rational relationship. And right now, it looks as though Teofimo Lopez has the right trainer. Right, Mike Coppinger?
Absolutely. I mean, Teofimo Lopez, his father knows him best, and you heard him say it before, he's in a rhythm, and he is certainly a rhythm fighter.
And when you're fighting your rhythm, man, you got to make sure that you keep those feet moving, you keep those hands moving, and you keep that head moving. You got to move the target.
Again, Barboza's holding the center of the ring. Teofimo's running around. If you give Teofimo a basket, he's looking so weak.
Not pushing him.
If you were going to define Barboza in terms like that, you might say he's more of an effort and determination fighter than a rhythm fighter. He's trying to bring everything he can to every moment in the ring, even if the opponent may have more natural talent. Barboza has beaten guys who had more natural talent.
But it's the movement. It's the movement. He's not staying still long enough. You know, every time he gets set to throw, Teo is gone. Or he's throwing a jab. He has to reset.
And once again, Teofimo Lopez is a guy that has to get up for fights. He's up and down, but when he's been down, he's been a massive favorite. And in this fight, he's only a slight favorite. He's fighting in Times Square.
He's having a good night tonight.
Good body shot.
That hurt. Oh, that hurt. Oh.
Kind of hard to read Teo yesterday at press day because he had a mask on and he kept the mask on during the entire day. So I'm interviewing him, but I can't see his eyes, you know. And you want to look into a fighter's eyes, particularly 24 hours before the fight.
Oh my God, Teofimo dancing.
Yeah, and also, Jim, that was
Teofimo
the first
dancing.
They did all fight week at the weigh-in yesterday. Teofimo slapped Barboza across the face a couple of months ago in Los Angeles.
Dancing, just bobbing and weaving. He's not even running around no more.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
10 seconds. Barboza showing no energy.
drops. Solid right-hand lead by Teofimo Lopez. He's shown us every punch in the toolkit, and all of them have been effective here tonight.
Okay, listen. Did I get in?
Teofimo can skip around all around the ring. He won the fight. Let's see what Pops is saying. They don't care what they're even going over there.
Okay, be careful. Just keep on using your jab, and let's start fucking this dude up. Don't miss with the right. Go to the body. Go on top. Don't let him guess. But keep on using your jab to block his high side, and then shift in with the right. Bro, you can fucking turn on the dudes and fucking kill him.
And it's working.
We got 4 rounds, right? Use that jab.
For playing around.
Come on, fellas.
He got called with 2 punches for playing around.
Come on, fellas.
Hold him. Lay your weight on his ass.
The late rounds arrive.
You haven't heard nothing from the referee. Get the referee involved.
Round 9 of Schedule 12.
Put him in the middle and shit.
Teofimo Lopez, for
Come
the
on,
moment,
you letting him
seemingly
Chihuahua
cruising
come
toward a
around
decision
and
win over Arnold Barboza.
He buys you.
Only thing I would ask that T.O. do is tighten up that right hand. Every time he throws that right hand, he brings the right foot up with it.
Yo, it's YouTube.
That's a cardinal sin. How you going to be able
My
to
apologies for the
to
language.
create the
Should be
power?
sensitive like that, but this is boxing.
Sitting at ringside, and you can see the red striped shirt behind the referee.
This is boxing.
On the apron of the ring. That is arguably the greatest sports still photographer in the history of that craft. That is Neil Lightfoot, longtime photographer for Sports Illustrated, and he's been distributed in a lot of other magazines and publications, and he is the author of one of the most famous, if not the most famous, boxing photographs ever of Muhammad Ali standing over the body of Sonny Liston in Lewiston, Maine, with his right arm cocked in a defiant pose. A dramatic and spectacular photo, and typical of the kind of work that Leifer has been able to do over the decades. It's amazing to still see him here in this position after everything he has accomplished.
Nice combination by T.O. Look like he's trying to close the show. But he got to get his hands up. Barboza is still punching the power.
He had his guards down till Teofimo made him pay. That's how you make somebody pay. Oh my God.
Nice work.
This is certainly the best Teofimo we've seen in some time, certainly since the Josh Taylor fight.
If he go on to win this fight,
oh
and
my
continue
God.
to look this impressive,
Oh my God.
Who can we see him in there next week? We got 4 or 5 guys on this card.
Teofimo Lopez, believe it or not, he is calling for a shot at Boots Ennis. That's the fight he wants. He wants to go up to welterweight, despite the best at 147. And that fight's in the works. It's not done, but it's a very big possibility, Jim.
And that shows you a lot about who Teofimo Lopez is, because I only heard him call out 2 guys, Terrence Crawford and Boots Ennis.
And there aren't that many people who are running to fight either Terrence Crawford or Boots Ennis for a lot of good reasons.
They kind of
Tell me, what kind of shot would you give Teo against Boots?
Man, well, you know, Boots is not that strong of a fighter like Crawford at 47. I'm not sure. That would be a hell of a fight, though. Talent-wise, skill-wise.
One more quick shot of Neil Leifer for me to button the story. He, along with a
They have not gone to Barbosa's corner at all. At all. They went to his corner one time by video, and then they did picture-in-picture and had a whole commercial. They have not gone over there. I don't know what kind of advice they're giving them in that corner, but Ring Magazine and whoever's running the cameras, they're not letting us see what the heck is going on in that corner, because he's getting bad advice. Bad advice. And the fight is over, so now he's got to knock him out. So what is Teofimo doing? Capitalizing. They showing exactly when Teofimo slaps his gloves, Teofimo's looking at him, keeping his eye on him, And then when Barbosa tries to back up with his arms wide open, Teofimo's punishing him for that because he's coming in with gazelle punches. This is a one-sided fight.
Years later, because you see the amazing talent that this guy has.
Yeah, by all accounts, Jim Teo had a bad training camp for that fight, didn't take it seriously, and I want to give him credit. He dropped Kambosos late in that fight.
Yeah, he did drop him, but Kambosos is a talent as well. He's a guy, champion, he's fought some big names. He's not chopped liver, he's a talent.
Well said. Barbosa trying to get inside, make something happen against Teofimo Lopez.
Jim, I think Barbosa's best chance is just to exchange. You know, catch Teo out there reaching while he's coming in. Just like when he landed that first effective shot he hit him with and cut his eye. He needs to exchange with him.
Barbosa has a proven chin. It's probably the right strategy for him to attempt. Let it rip. Now we're in round 10 of a scheduled 12. So the minutes are running short. Arnold Barbosa, unless we are completely blind, behind on the scorecards at this point.
Yeah, I've only given Barbosa 1 round. That 8th round when he landed that big right hand. And he's not known for his power, but he did hurt Teo once already. So I think he has to be more aggressive.
Hurt him with a counter right hand. So the best possible choice here would seem to be to mix up his punches, invite action in return, try to land another count.
I think so. With we're in the 10th round with the championship rounds, you know, upon us. Yeah, he's going to have to get a knockdown or hurt Teo some kind of way.
And he doesn't seem likely to get it by attacking. He's straightforward and somewhat mechanical in his approach to attacking, and Teofimo can see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, Teofimo's reflexes are incredibly fast, and I think that's been the difference in this fight. Teo's able to get in and get out.
Teofimo's already out. He's just moving side to side. But both of them is coming in and getting punished.
It's a good fight. They aren't lopsided rounds, but at the end of the day, they are rounds that Teofimo is winning, or so it seems to us.
Yeah, well said, Jim. I think this is definitely a competitive fight, competitive rounds. And while I don't want to give Barbosa 1, maybe the judges are giving him more credit.
We'll see. But at the end of the day, it's almost impossible to imagine Barbosa winning a scorecard. As Teofimo is looking spectacular here tonight.
I would say he need a knockout, at least a knockdown to
we out
get
here
to this fight.
He's
He's going to need something big.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
Oh, shit. Pop. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. All day long. Barbosa's like, damn, I'm losing this fight. Oh, look, they're in the corner. Finally, they're in the corner.
Let's go. Same thing, okay? We got 2 more rounds.
Yep, let's go.
Okay? Let's go.
We got 2 more rounds.
He's already frustrated, son, and he's done, okay? Same thing. Okay? Be smart. Right here. Hey, give him here, and if he's there, switch it here and over the top, and then take that little step back, okay? Very good. Huh? You got him closing the ropes.
I'm telling you, the corner
even if you got him here, even if you got him on the center, constantly with the hands up nice and tight, okay? Got 2 more rounds, okay? Yep. 1 round at a time.
2 punch combinations are not going to work.
Both fighters trained by their fathers. You heard Arnold Barbosa Sr. telling his son what he wants him to do the last 2 rounds.
You have 2 rounds left.
With the one-time heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. Mike, you've heard our call of the fight so far. Are you in agreement with us?
The one time.
It's a shutout out there.
Whole fight. The winner never fight.
He's been looking magnificent. I've never seen him look like this before, Teofimo.
You've never seen him look this way before?
No, he's been proved.
Barbosa, you want to become a champion, a real champion. Get rid of that coach.
He's starting to connect now. That's the first time the right hand really hit solid like that. He's been throwing
they
it
got
all
Mike
night.
Tyson. Mike Tyson is on the horn.
And don't forget, right, we have Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney both fighting after this. I certainly think that motivated Teofimo to be at his best.
Man, listen, these guys are all going to have to show off tonight because this is the show that you do it. all the big shots on tonight. In their division, that is.
There's no reason to fight with a high guard when you stand a man. Your wings could be right here.
Is at a talent disadvantage against Teofimo, Mike. That's clear.
And Barboza just don't know what to do with Tio doing that in front of him. He has no answers.
Disrespectful.
He needs to sell out. But selling out is dangerous. And his father told him he wants him to finish the fight.
You don't know how to answer.
When Tio looks this good, I don't know if there's anybody that can beat him. Certainly can't count him out.
He's dancing. Look, he's shuffle.
Ryan Garcia.
And his guards are still down, but
I think that's a coin flip at best.
Man,
I don't think Ryan is active with his punches enough. I don't think he has enough of that to stop Teofimo from what I'm seeing tonight.
I agree. Ryan Garcia has tremendous qualities in some ways, but I don't think he has as well-rounded a boxing game as Teofimo Lopez.
And the one thing that he can win a fight against Tio
Oh, man, why are you doing that to him?
What about Devin Haney? Would he have a chance?
Now, that would be a good chess match. But again, power, I think, will be in Teofimo's favor.
So it's tonight.
He neutralized Barboza's jab. Barboza don't have no power.
Yeah, stylistically, I think Haney's a tough for Tio than Ryan Garcia. But we're going to have to see
grab her in the headlock
up here next against Jose Ramirez.
Hell of a fight.
That's what Barboza did.
How much was taken away from Devin Haney by his disastrous experience 1 year ago against Ryan Garcia? That's part of what we'll be looking to see in the next main event on the card.
Jim, you probably know more than me. Has it ever been a 3-day span where we had this much talent, stars, and boxing champions around the world?
We probably have to go back to the 1950s. And go to the time when Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting top opponents and fighters from the Caribbean were coming up like Emil Griffith and fighters of that nature. You probably have to go back to the Gillette Friday.
Man, the referee talk about next round touch gloves. Come on, get out of here. He's Barboza celebrating that he finally hit him when the bell rang. Really? That's what you're celebrating? You're not going to tell me you won this fight. I don't care what you say. You better say you were sick or something that something was wrong with you. You're not gonna say you won this fight. It's not even close. Let me tell you again, Barboza and Barboza team, y'all suck. Bad advice. Bad advice. Bad advice. Listen, anybody could have been in your corner, Barboza, and you still would have had a better chance. Your corner's letting you down. They got you thinking you're winning when you're not. Teofimo dancing, skipping, dodging your punches. He's making you look bad. If I'm a judge, I'm looking at what's going on.
Teofimo is a showman, and I think that he might take a risk or two. Nothing irrational, but press forward a little bit in this round to see if he can get a KO.
Crawling.
That would be nice.
He's landed a couple of big shots. Barboza has shown a good chin.
And he's going to hook him.
He's just doing whatever he wants in there. You see him turning Barboza, going to the body, the punch variety.
Not a quick, man. Beautiful display of boxing. Footwork.
Really brilliant footwork here tonight by Teofimo. He has skills in that area that most fighters will never match.
I think one of the best things Tio's doing tonight is that he's not staying in there too long. He's getting in and he's getting right out.
Barboza landed a right hand.
His rhythm tonight is on another level, man. I said, this is the best Tio I've seen. And I saw that Claggett fight live. And I didn't know what Tio we would see tonight, but I'm so glad he showed up and showed out.
Well, Claggett was an opponent who came right at him. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's go.
And I want to say, I don't think Barboza's fighting a bad fight. I just think he's in there with somebody that's so much more talented and fast and stylistically wrong for him.
And Tio came to fight tonight. He came to show out. Like I said, he's at his best.
He's boxing.
I have to assume that a lot of Tio's friends and perhaps family members are in the audience. Arnold Barboza is from a long way away in
if you're a
California.
boxer, study this match. Study this match. Study this match.
And there is motivation in knowing who's in the crowd.
This is a good match to study. And when I mean study Barboza.
Tio taking chances right now. You just saw Barboza landed with a couple good shots.
Tio is thinking knockout, but increasingly it appears he's not going to get it. That was a terrific body shot with the left hand underneath the rib cage. There's the left hand upstairs. Tio showing you all his skills in this 12th round.
Barboza's changing that 12th round, man. Tio still trying to put the exclamation point on this fight.
But he has swaggering confidence as he goes through the round. He knows that he's probably well ahead in the fight. He's landing the shots he wants to land. He's going to walk away with a decision win, and that's fine. Arnold Barboza is a tough out.
With his guard down.
When you get a win over an unbeaten fighter in this setting, you have to be very satisfied with it. And I think Teofimo Lopez is up for a celebration.
Because he didn't fight nobody like Teofimo. There's no way. There's no way.
Well, the boxing keeps on coming on DAZN in another exciting fight that was just announced. Pound for pound great and WBC World Super Flyweight Champion Jesse Bam Rodriguez is set to.
Teofimo got all his energy. He's doing flips. He's jumping up on the ropes. Barboza's raising his hand in victory when he lost the fight. Dude, you can't hit a man when he's disrespecting you. He got his guard down. You can't hit him when he gives up the center of the ring and he's in the corner standing waiting for you to come in. You couldn't hit him. You got a couple of good punches in because Teofimo got sloppy and he was doing what he was, he was doing messed up stuff. He gave up technique. Teofimo was countering you every time you stepped in. He neutralized your jab. I mean, they showing him in slow motion, and Teofimo's ducking under punches before Barboza even throws it. And the fact that when they traded punches, Teofimo got the better of him. That means Teofimo is towards the center of the middle of the fight and towards the end. Teofimo had no respect for Barboza's power. Zero respect. He dropped his guard. They're holding Barboza up with the Mexican flag. He did not win this fight. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Barboza's gonna be a journeyman if he continues to fight this way. He's gonna be a journeyman. He gonna fight people coming up that got skills. They're gonna call him up. Hey, let's fight Barboza. And his record is gonna go right now from undefeated to I think 32-0 to 32-1. And then it's going to keep climbing until he retires. He's going to keep losing fights. There's going to be a point he might even get knocked out. Because the thing is, Teofimo's a smaller guy, and he doesn't have the power to knock him out. But if Barboza finds somebody with the power and the height, where he can punch down and gravity's helping him, gravity was helping Barboza, and gravity couldn't help him.
All three to the winner by unanimous decision.
Teofimo,
and still, ring in WBO Junior Welterweight, champion of the world, Teofimo, the Takeover, Lopez.
That was Teofimo did not go for no knockout. Teofimo did not go out. He boxed him. But Teofimo tried to knock him out. Look, he's not even upset he lost. He knew he lost. It's part of boxing lesson, bro. When the other guy knows he lost, he's not even fighting. He's not even
We are here with the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez. Congratulations. You were dominant in there. That was a vintage performance from you. How are you feeling?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the higher power. I want to thank the divine, the universe. I've been telling myself this whole week, really, that anything that's happening is happening for me, not against me. And honestly, in all God's favor, this is his victory, not mine. So for everybody, I feel great, man. I feel reborn. You know, and at 140, you know, I've been at this weight for some time now, but we'll talk about me and my team growing up, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the Ring Magazine champion at 140, but we know who you've been calling for, and that's Boots Ennis at 147. Are we going to see that next?
You know me, guys. I go after the tough challenges. And, yeah, definitely, Turkey Al-Sheet, His Excellency, and to everybody, The Zone, and to Matchroom, you know, Golden Boy, Top Rank, everybody that's played a part of this. Definitely, I want to see Boots. I'm Dora the Explorer, and I'm looking for Boots.
Teofimo Lopez, you were incredible in there. Thank you and best of luck. Back to you, Jim.
Wait, hold up. Before we give it back to Jim Lampley, the one and only, the icon, I just want to say I'm grateful to everybody. Listen, man, I don't know who needs to hear this, but whatever dream that you're doing, whatever you want to put into your life, it's you and you only. You create this. You're your own creator. So don't ever quit. Never quit in anything you want to do. If it's school, if it's education in other ways, so that way you don't mess up between past tense and plural, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, it's the takeover. You see me again. And still.
Thank you, Teo.
Teofimo Lopez, a great performer as a boxer in the ring and a great performer in
Jim Lampley he's on the horn. He was a long-time HBO commentator, and he's doing this. I think Turkey Al-Sheik he getting people out of retirement, because I mean they even got Tarver out there. Wow. Okay, listen, Devin Haney and Ramirez is coming up next. Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez is coming up next. They're clearing out the ring. They clearing out the scorecards. Probably new judges are coming in, new referee. So they're going to commercial break. But let me tell you, that last fight was a lesson in boxing. I don't care what those commentators were saying. He was not going for the knockout. At no point he was going for the knockout. He was going to punish him by boxing. It was the sweet science. I mean, it got so much so that he got so confident. He was dancing. He was pivoting. He was in his face. Literally, he would get in his face and duck underneath his punches. Now, Teofimo's the shorter guy, so exactly, he got less to go down when he's ducking. But in that same sentence, Barbosa has gravity. He's fighting a midget in his eyes. Gravity's coming down. That means your power should be harder and faster when he ducks down. But his punches were so slow, Teofimo was seeing it. It was like fighting a fly. It was like fighting a fly. And then he was skipping around him like the whole night. The whole night. Wherever Teofimo wanted to go, he was allowed to go. He didn't cut off the ring. And you got to cut off the ring with punches. You know what I mean? He goes that way, you use his momentum to try to knock him out. Because right now, Teofimo was just skipping with his guards down. If he's skipping with his guards down, then you throw a hook, boom, he's gonna run right into it. Next time, he's gonna keep his guard up. It happens 2 or 3 times, he's gonna be like this. He ain't gonna be like this. Or like this, modified, where it's not even blocking or pouring. Because sometimes, they pour, you pour with it, catch and release. Teofimo wasn't doing none of that. So my thing is, Teofimo don't have the power to knock out people at 140 pounds. That particular comment of him going to 147 to fight Boots Ennis might be a mistake. Why? Because Teofimo don't have the power to knock people out unless it's accumulative punches and that fighter gets tired. There was not cumulative punches in this fight. Teofimo was running around the ring. He was his own worst enemy. He was spending a lot of energy skipping, literally skipping. But Teofimo trains for that. He does a lot of jump rope. He does a lot of road work. You see him in the gym. He does a lot of cardio. His cardio is strong, so he can run. He can run around. He could have done another 5 rounds, easy. Another 5 rounds, easy. He could have done 15 rounds. Old school. Teofimo could have done 15 rounds. Barbosa, on the other hand, could have done another he could have done the 15 with him. Because it wasn't like Teofimo was damaging him. He was embarrassing him. Teofimo wasn't really damaging him. He was embarrassing him. At no point in the fight did you think that Barbosa was in trouble to being knocked out. So you're not going to sit there that he's going for the knockout when there was no signs of that. That's poor announcing. And the corner of Barbosa, I don't know what they was going for. One punch. And I don't know why the unofficial scorecard gave Barbosa 1 round, because he landed 1 punch when he was getting hit with 5-6 punches. It doesn't make any sense. And he didn't have control of the fight. How you gonna get somebody the round because he finally throws a punch and lands it? And then not a punch that does any damage. Like, Teofimo took a step back and easily came back forward, where he should have punished him. They got some drama there. All right, so the tail of the tape is up. They got Haney at age 26, Ramirez at 32. Haney is a shorter fighter at 5'9", where Ramirez is 5'10". So Ramirez is the taller fighter with the longer reach. Let's see what happens, because I think, again, this is a one-sided fight. Haney is supposed to win. Haney was supposed to win against Garcia. So we don't know what Devin Haney is going to come into this ring. He should be sharp. He should be on point. He should outbox him. Because, again, I don't think Devin Haney has knockout power. He can knock out somebody probably with cumulative punches, and the guy gets tired, towards the end of the fight, or, in the middle of the fight, because he outpunches himself. But he himself has moved up in weight classes. And this is a catch weight. This is not even 147. This is catch weight, I think 144 or something like that. I don't think Devin Haney's going to have that power. While we're talking about power moving up a weight class, let's go ahead and talk about the monster in the room, where it's going to, if Skull loses tomorrow, they're looking at, in September, they're looking at Canelo versus Terrence Crawford. And I don't know what Terrence Crawford's doing in the gym, but him jumping up 2 weight classes, I don't think he's going to have enough power to put Canelo down. He's going to have to outbox him. And Canelo has been outboxed before. He's lost twice to some really good boxers. He lost to Mayweather, and he lost to Bivol. And Bivol, who's a heavier weight class, could not put him down. So I do not see Terrence Crawford putting Canelo down. And I know William Skull is not going to put him down. I know for a fact, the 3 fights that I got my hands on, I did not see that kind of power in William Skull, even though he has the Cuban style of boxing. But now back to this. Ramirez is on his way to the ring. They're using New York taxi cabs and vintage ones to drive the boxes from the hotel building where they at to the middle of Times Square. And I'm pretty sure that the roads are probably closed, so it's probably clean. Yeah, it's closed. And they're getting a police escort. So Devin Haney's in the cab. Is he in a cab? No, I don't think he's in a cab. I think the other guy's in a cab. I guess they're using a regular truck for Devin Haney. Devin Haney's coming out in style. He went out and got his own rental. Because the headrest, the leather seatings, everything looks nice in this one. This guy, he looks like he's in a cab. There's a handle there. Again, this whole card to me is non-competitive, but I'm looking for one of the underdogs to upset somebody. I want to see what boxing does. And I am your host for tonight. Your man in the center of the ring, Tony Smiles. Hit the like button, subscribe. Devin Haney's coming out in a monster truck. He is coming out in a monster truck, in a monster pickup truck. Wheels all high and everything. I hope you don't fall on the way out. It's called the Big Bank. So yeah, he's coming out in style. He ain't taking no cab. He ain't taking no cab. It's a giant pickup truck. Oh no, that's Ramirez in this giant pickup truck. I thought he was in a cab because of the handle and the lighting. No, okay, they're not taking cabs. They're coming out in monster trucks. Ramirez is coming out in a monster pickup truck. Four tires in the back for suspension, and 2 tires in the front. Huge tires. Elevated suspension for the bounce, for off terrain. But they don't need that in New York. But he's coming in. He's in Times Square. Ramirez is the first one down. He's down. They do have a police escort. I don't think the road is closed. I think they're using police escorts to rush the traffic. They should have somebody in between those blocked streets because the streets are blocked, flagging any car through. But it looks like they might be allowing through traffic in that one street. I don't know what that is. It might be 45th Street, 47th Street. I don't know. I can't tell. But I know it's up there because he's coming down to 42nd Street because the ring is set up by the flag of the recruiting station. So they're coming up. They're driving the boxes up, and then they have to walk down. So it's probably 43rd Street. 43rd or 44th Street. I don't know. Ramirez is walking his way down. They're giving a commercial. He looks comfortable. There's a little concern in his face, but he's looking around the atmosphere. You know what? I take that back. He does not look comfortable. And it could be because of where it is. He's skipping around the ring, acknowledging the audience. I'm pretty sure he don't see not one of them. Because usually, when you're doing that, you're not focused. Oh, okay. I can see Devin Haney coming out of a truck too. Devin Haney's on his way to the ring. They did it back to back, so it's good. There's a lot of delay. The ring walk is kind of cut off. It's only good for the audience at home because and some of the spectators that can see it. Probably they should have a giant monitor or something so people can see it. But it looks like it's a backstage ramp as opposed to a stage ring walk. Because then as soon as they come around, they're right in front of the ring. Let's go. They got music on. Gonna pause the action for that. Michael Buffer's in the center of the ring. Devin Haney's shuffling around the ring, acknowledging the audience. He's actually, I guess he looked at Lampley or somebody over there at the announce table.
New York continues. This is fight number 2 of the triple hitter, 3 main event contests, and it's all brought to you by the Bible of Boxing, Ring Magazine, and SNK Corporation, publisher of the famous video fighting game Fatal Fury, City of Wolves, with promoters Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, and Box Raw. This contest presented in association with Devin Haney Promotions. Sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, the 3 judges assigned at ringside, Mark Constantino, Glenn Feldman, and Kevin Morgan. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, David Fields. And now Fatal Fury at Times Square. Our second main event of the evening. 12 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed with gold, and weighing in officially at 143.8 pounds. His professional record, an excellent one, 29 victories, 18 big wins by knockout, with 2 defeats. Ranked number 4 in the world by Ring Magazine in the junior welterweight division from Avenal, California, Jose Carlos Ramirez. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and weighing in officially at 143 pounds. His professional record, 31 fights, 31 victories, 15 big wins by knockout.
Let me ask you
He
a
has
question.
won no contest. He's ranked number 1 in the world at 140 pounds by Ring Magazine. From Las Vegas, Nevada, the 2-time world champion, former undisputed lightweight champion of the world and former WBC junior welterweight world champion, the undefeated Devin the Dream
Devin
Haney.
Yes or no, or whatever. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments. Does Devin Haney's record deserve an asterisk? Let's go. Round 1.
Haney flexing his added muscles in the corner over there. He does look really good.
And look, he's much bigger than
Okay, gentlemen,
Ramirez.
let's get
Stronger
about 12
than
rounds.
Ramirez.
I know the rules in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
That can be misleading sometimes if the fighter with the muscles is therefore not quite as quick as the guy who's loose. So we'll wait to see whether Haney's added muscle is actually going to be a tremendous new asset for him. But surely he and his dad believe that's going to be the case.
He looks massive in there, Jim, and Devin told me before the fight that he expected to enter the ring at 165.
Wow. Rehydration is a beautiful thing.
Right now, his feet just look a little too everywhere. They don't look like they're in rhythm at all. He's moving, but he's still looking frantic like he was in the Garcia fight.
Yeah, you have something sitting in the ring there.
Ramirez is holding the center of the ring. This is like Chiapino. This is the 13th round of the
You see in Devin Haney's corner, you have Sugar Shane Mosley, and Haney's certainly not one to shy away from criticism. He said they linked up at the Ring Magazine Awards in January in London when Mosley offered some criticism, and that led to them working together.
Devin Haney's not Chiapino.
Right.
He moves straight back.
Right now, I'm just thinking his feet is not under control. Look, they're erratic. They're moving everywhere. They don't look like they're in rhythm. I don't know what's going on. But he got Jose Ramirez in front of him. Why is he doing that? I don't know. We'll see how this unfolds. He had to throw down jab.
He's limiting Ramirez's punch output, but at the same time, he's limiting his own. Neither man has really thrown a meaningful punch to this point in the fight because of the footwork.
And he just needs to flow. He just needs to flow. First start with that jab. Start at least getting a rhythm on that. He's an orthodox fighter, but he continues to move to the right.
Now he moves to the left momentarily. Goes back to moving to the right.
You just need to relax and calm down a little bit. It seems like he's so erratic right now. He hasn't calmed down to let the fight start to happen.
Ramirez misses a wild right hand.
Perhaps not the biggest surprise that Devin Haney doesn't look sharp and comfortable in the early going. This is a career-long one-year layoff.
Why is he not jabbing? It's one thing to show your footwork, but use it to set up the jab. And that's the way you get started.
Now watch. Every punch you throw is going to be so hard. Watch. Even the jab is going to be like a punch rather than just like something to set the guy up with. It's too frantic.
But Devin Haney is making a mistake that he stopped.
Once he calmed down, the fight will then start.
So
Yeah, and you see Devin Haney's right foot, the Velcro is not tied. It is on the left, so I don't know if that's a fashion statement or just a mistake.
Again,
can't be a fashion statement.
No, they just came apart.
Yeah.
Just came apart. He's just doing too much right now, bro. He got to relax and calm down if he wants to get in this fight.
It's only the first round. It's only one round. Whatever questions we had about what he did in that round, maybe they'll be answered in the next. But step one is fix the right shoe.
How do you feel when you grab the hold to it? Soft. Okay, good.
Well, I think Bill Haney just reached down and fastened the shoe. No, Mike, you don't think so?
It's supposed to be Velcro. The Velcro's supposed to stick. I don't know what's going on with the Velcro.
All right, double step. What I'm saying is keep him in the freezer. Fading him to freeze him. He got to get set to punch. But we got to relax. That's good. That was a way to come out and see him. Okay? Catch his time. It's only the second round.
The Velcro on the shoe is still loose.
Let's go.
Carl Anthony Towns savoring a Knicks victory last night.
Ramirez.
As the Knicks try to make their way through the playoffs.
He's controlling
gain greater star quality in New York. Carl Anthony Towns, tremendous addition to the roster.
And a big boxing fan, Jim.
Good. We need big boxing fans. We need small ones too, but bigger better.
You can get punished.
Yeah, that was a tough round to score. Neither guy really did much work. And I had a 10-10, a rare 10-10.
I can say a lot.
Ramirez was the most active.
But I don't even know what sense it's going to make because I don't know what they did. I don't know the preparation. All I'm saying is he looks frantic. He don't look comfortable in the ring.
I want to see ruthless aggression.
I want to see him start boxing. Jab. Why he sit there a whole 30 seconds in front of the man ain't throw nothing? I just don't understand.
Criticizing Haney for not being active. That's the reason why he lost the first round.
We're getting hit up here.
The man
Devin Haney got a weak boxing.
And I'm just not seeing it come out.
With his jab.
You know you had a fight with this guy. Get your jab going first. There you go. But he's still throwing his jab, anticipating something coming back. Look at his face.
What Devin Haney's not doing and he should be doing. Barbosa's jab. He's not doing anything. He's just standing there, hopping back and forth.
First of all, I think he should be the one. Good look. I think he should be the one coming forward. Why is he retreating? This style is not going to get it.
I love your commentary, Antonio. I think you're right on top of this. He has landed one meaningful punch in the fight so far. He has put on a tremendous show of moving side to side for no particular reason.
Right there. He needs to stay right there. And don't be moving so much. Stay right there. There you go. Back on the bicep.
That was the first power shot I think I've seen all fight.
He's so worried about not getting hit. You see that? He's so worried about
a hangover from the Ryan Garcia fight.
He's not comfortable, Jim, in the ring. Not to my liking.
I mean, he's probably had 100 rounds of sparring since the Garcia fight. He's had his father talking to him over and over. But some things just stay in the consciousness and won't go away. And that was a nightmare.
Good right hand by Devin Haney.
Starting to get comfortable in the fight.
Again, those feet everywhere.
We'll be back to Times Square right after this.
50 years ago.
They go on a commercial break. They don't even want to hear what Devin Haney's corner's got to say. They got Devin Haney corner in picture, but they got a commercial break. They don't even want to hear it. They don't even want to hear it. Pops is not telling him to get aggressive. He's telling him to calm down. He's jittery. He's afraid of getting hit. Devin Haney's fighting shot. That trauma from fighting Ryan Garcia has affected him. The time off has affected him. I give the first 2 rounds to Ramirez. Why? Because he was more active, he controlled the fight, and he landed more punches. He was the aggressor. They're having problems with Devin Haney's shoe, where the Velcro is not going in on his right foot. They need to tape it down. If they don't tape it down, they're wrong. There they go. They taped it down finally. His sneakers are trash. He should be wearing boxing boots instead of sneakers.
They have jury-rigged the left shoe also. So now Devin Haney has what amounts to new improvised footwear for the fight.
Well, let's hope they stay together and he has no issues with his footing.
It's certainly less distracting for the commentators. I had tremendous difficulty taking my eye off the Velcro strap as it continued flopping around.
Good hook.
Good hook. He's landed a couple of good lead left hooks in the fight.
But again, Jim, what I'm seeing is when he throw that hook, it's just one speed. He's going all out with every punch. I just want him to relax. Let the fight be a good hook. Good combination.
You know, all these first 2 rounds, we talked a lot about Devin Haney not throwing a lot of punches. Jose Ramirez is not taking advantage at all.
He's not. I think Devin still think Ryan in there because this is an offensive, explosive guy. You know what I mean? You could probably exchange with him and get the better of it.
Devin Haney held him.
I mean, Ramirez
again
continues to stare at Haney, and I gave the last round
talking
Haney
about.
actually, round 2.
If you can't outbox him, bully him. He had Devin Haney in a
If we're speaking Greek to you because you have not seen Ryan Garcia, you're going to see him in the next fight, the 3rd main event of the evening. And if you have never seen Ryan Garcia before, get ready to appreciate blistering talent. Amazing to watch.
That was the best sequence for Devin so far in this fight. A jab and then the left hook off the jab.
And Devin might win this fight. But is it the way he wanted to win? Was it the performance? Did he show us something?
Devin lost the first 2 rounds. I'm giving Devin
one possible intended outcome of this entire promotion tonight.
And mind you, he's got his guard down in the L shape. You know, the L shape.
A huge fight. Win it if it takes place.
He's not concerned.
Yeah, it's already a done deal. Contracts are signed, I'm told.
Ramirez is broken.
Haney Garcia, but of course they're going to have to win first, so nothing's actually done until it's done.
He did this.
Good hard right hand by Devin Haney. Best punch of the fight so far.
Right hook overhand.
Like that more, just flow.
And Ramirez doesn't have the quickness to counter against something like that.
He's doing a check left hook and he's doing a check overhand right.
You can see that Ramirez kind of winds up to throw a punch. His punches come in longer arcs. He landed there with a left hand. Haney holding on for the moment. But at the end of the day, Devin's shots are quicker.
Bully him, grab him, and then when he let go, try to throw up.
You will see it in his posture. When he does, his feet won't be so good shot, though.
It wasn't effective at all. But it was good. If you're holding him, you're bullying him, you're putting your weight on him, and then he tries to slip out, and you come up with an uppercut. Devin Haney won the 3rd round. Finally, something. He's not really boxing him and throwing any combinations. He's just leading with counter left hooks and gazelle lead hooks. He's just hooking. Okay, it's working. I ain't mad at it. I gave you the 3rd round, but the first 2 rounds go to Ramirez. First 2 rounds go to Ramirez. And the crowd goes numb. Let's go.
Yeah, that fight available to buy for you right here on DAZN.
Let's go. Who you got, Devin Haney or Ramirez?
I want to go to the FIFA World Cup. You guys want to go? What a phenomenal event.
I really want an upset. Somebody, you know what? If Rolly does it, I'll be impressed.
Haney and Jose Ramirez are facing off against each other round 4 of a scheduled 12.
Jose Ramirez in trouble.
An unusual first 3 rounds. somewhat lightened up by
Ramirez is
the
still
odd
holding the
footwork and strange
Like
shoe alignment that Devin Haney began the fight with. The third round brought us back to, or the third round brought us back to normal, and Haney's boxing advantage began to show up.
Absolutely, Jim, but so far this has not been a good fight. Jose Ramirez, more
Ramirez
the same of what we saw against Barbosa in November. He just seems slow to pull the trigger in there.
And missing when he does. You saw the miss with both the right and the left there. But Haney's still paying him respect, circling away, dodging with his footwork.
He's fought this whole fight with his back against the
Teofimo
ropes.
had no respect for Barbosa.
Devin Haney moving off the ropes.
I mean, you see the punch that's there. Haney's only landed 9 power shots and only 4 for Ramirez.
I don't sound like a broken record, guys, but
they're not talking about that.
are we
That's
still
part of the
watching a
boxing
hangover
game.
from the Garcia nightmare a year ago?
You know what? I don't know what we're watching right now.
The
I don't know
elbows.
what we're watching right now, but I know this young man has more ability and talent than this, and he's not what you would call producing like T.O. did. T.O. came in and showed us a better
It's a
form.
12-round fight.
I don't think this is it.
Ramirez won the first 2 rounds.
And he still might win the fight. I'm just saying.
Your candor is brilliant and appreciated, Antonio.
He's going to win the fight.
The truth is right.
He's boxing. But if Ramirez start getting
He's
momentum,
good hook. Good hook. Look at everything coming from Ramirez. Look at Haney's face. He's anticipating these shots. That's not normal, bro.
Haney's only landed 5 or 6 meaningful punches in the fight, but most of them were lead left hooks.
If he threw his jab, everything was good right hand. Everything would open up. Push off that back foot with that jab. Get you some space.
Ryan Garcia
Your
gave
combinations.
Devin
Oh,
Haney a
counter
lesson.
shot, uppercut. It's one
left
shot
hook.
at a time, though.
All I'm
There's a
seeing
way
is
to do it.
All I'm seeing is left hook.
Tonight.
That's
One shot
Haney.
at a time, but
Round
Haney is
4
at
is
least
almost
beginning
over.
to show you the breadth of his skills, the
But Haney like 3 or
multiplicity
4
of
times.
things that he can do in the ring.
Every time he comes in.
Seemingly beginning to relax after not having been relaxed in the first couple of rounds.
I'm not seeing relax, Jim. I'm not seeing relax yet.
I said beginning.
Well,
Look,
He has
He's not there yet.
other
he's
fighters.
frantic. Like, why isn't he fighting in the center of the ring? He is the boxer.
All the same, I don't know if Jose Ramirez has landed 1 punch of consequence yet, has he?
No.
So why would Haney be so frantic if we're not seeing what he's seeing?
That's a great question.
Ramirez is getting outboxed right now.
Jab, good. Step on it, double. Bruh, it's a way to do this.
He's dropping his guard.
That was a good job changing levels with the jab there.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, and a whole year has gone by. But it looks to me like a hangover from the Garcia experience a year ago.
I don't care. I don't care. That hangover has taught Devin Haney the left hook. The hangover has taught Devin Haney the left hook. That's the only reason he got 2 rounds. It's a tight fight. We got to fight now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 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 Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe. They're still on the middle of the ring. We're waiting for that 1 minute to go by. Let's hear what Pops Haney's saying.
Okay. All right. The face is gonna work. Okay. Okay. Watch this. Hard fake. Hard fake like you're gonna do something. Sell it.
Pops is telling him a hard fake. So he's gonna try to catch him with the hook. Let's see if he does it. Devin Haney comes out with a high guard. Let's go. He's still moving around the ring. Shuffling around the ring. He's squared off, man. He's shuffling. He's not in the box.
Antonio Tarver is counting the number of seconds it takes for a punch to be thrown in this round.
Most importantly, I'm looking at Haney.
But he's not using his punches. This is like a previous fight. The boxers.
Yeah, this is certainly not the Haney that we saw win the Undisputed Championship at 135, shut out Regis Prograis, and beat Vasily Lomachenko, even if he did not agree with that scorecard.
You see his body weight moving now. You need to punch over there. Not where he was. This is poor boxing by Ramirez. It's good for Devin Haney because he's going to save him. Counter
But again, I think a lot of the blame here also has to be placed on Ramirez. Haney's a counterpuncher. Ramirez also is not throwing many punches.
Well, we knew Ramirez coming in. He didn't really have fleet of feet. You feel me? He'll be right there in front of you. He'll bang with you, but he's not the type of fighter that's going to, set traps and all that stuff, walk you into punches. He's not going to be that type of fighter.
Well, and particularly probably knows he's not quick enough to do that against Devin Haney. Haney can outquick him. That's abundant.
He's not concerned with Haney hitting.
Really clear. Look at all the side to side. Oh, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. So he's preventing Ramirez from throwing any punches with his motion. He's also preventing himself. There's some offense. Good right hand over the top, followed up with the left.
So you know what has been consistent tonight? Every time Haney let his hands go, you feel me? It's effective. But again, he's not letting his hands go with the rhythm and the timing that he should be using right now. With Ramirez in front of him.
So throw 9 punches in a row and knock him out, right?
No, set that jab up and let it all come naturally. It all come together. You got to use that jab first. That's all. He's trying to knock the guy out with one punch.
Hello?
Jose Ramirez.
Hello? Are you still there? Oh, you still there?
Devin around.
I would have Devin boxing, jabbing forward. Go forward and just keep pushing him. He's been on his retreat all night. I would like to see him press Ramirez.
When he throws that lazy jab,
it's a great point, Mike Coppin. Cutting off the ring is a fundamental skill. And he has not even attempted to cut off the ring.
Yeah, and Jim, as you said in the first fight with Barbosa fighting out of range, we now see Ramirez reaching with his jab, reaching with his right hands, but Haney is not making him pay, is he?
Devin Haney cannot do that. Devin Haney don't have that power. Devin Haney
so, as the action continues.
That's 3-2. That's 3-2. 3-2. 3-2. Devin Haney just took the lead. They're interviewing somebody. I can't really tell who it is because he got shades and a hat on. Let's see if we can hear it. Hopefully.
Main fight tonight.
Yeah, for me, being caught up in the playoffs, I haven't been able to see everyone's interviews, pre-workouts, everything, weigh-ins, and all that.
A basketball player. I don't know. I can't tell who it is. But anyways, let me tell you, Devin Haney needs to keep boxing. I don't know about that shuffling around, but it's working for him. Okay, but when you're shuffling around, you need to still throw the jab and slow the momentum of the boxer that's coming forward. Ramirez, on the other hand, needs to cut off that ring with hooks. Cut off the ring with hooks. Shots to the body. Straight shots to the body. Cut off the ring. So every time Devin Haney moves to the right or left, he's getting hit. As far as that hard fake that pops Haney, that didn't happen.
Maybe that was the game plan to come in.
There's a lead left hook for Ramirez.
Ramirez finally
partially blocked by Haney.
Haney blocked it, but
at least he tried.
Ryan Garcia was caught.
One punch at a time for Ramirez.
I think Devin Haney's afraid to throw the jab.
And no punches at a time for Devin Haney.
Sure.
That's a lot of what we've seen.
Really nice. As Ramirez
so far, the odds makers are looking correct with their 12-1, huh?
I don't think they saw it like this.
Devin Haney.
No, look, this is certainly not Devin Haney putting on a masterclass by any stretch.
Then he got out of there. Ramirez tries to throw another jab.
Moments ago, you saw
the first jab,
perfect demonstration of Devin Haney's extremely fast hands with the left and the right, but he missed both punches.
Punch where he's going to be, not where he's
relax. All they got to do is relax. Fight relax.
Devin Haney is shuffling.
Ramirez now with a little cut under his left eye, probably from that jab.
Off balance. Devin Haney's vulnerable to the jab right now.
The nick under the
double
left
up
eye.
on that jab.
Ooh.
Ramirez tries to go
big hook by Ramirez.
He set that up, but he missed him by a little bit.
Yep.
He didn't miss it. Now he missed it.
If Ramirez looked at the videotape of the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight a year ago, he should have come in thinking left hook all the way. He's thrown a couple.
He got a good left hand to the body he throws sometime. Haven't seen much of that tonight. That it is. Combination punching.
He got caught with the 1-2-3 action. Devin Haney still boxing.
There you go, Jack.
So Devin Haney can continue to do this the whole fight. Ramirez has no answer for it. No answer. Even when he was stuck in
Ramirez
the corner.
is incredibly gun-shy in
Devin
there.
Haney was stuck in his own corner.
You think?
Devin Haney backed up into
Good
the corner
shot.
right
Good
now.
body shot by Devin Haney. That's a good idea. More of them would be a better idea.
Good hook.
Good hook.
Crazy
Haney
is,
finally
I
starting
think
to deliver higher volume of punches, even though it's still basically one punch at a time.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Not
this,
waiting 30 seconds between each punch.
I'm thinking this was their game plan. I think this is what they felt they had to do in order to, avoid what happened in the Ryan Garcia fight. Move a lot, keep them off balance, but entertainment
in his corner. Devin Haney been shuffling around the ring. This round
Well, we're
is
going to
bad,
follow
but I
Jose
give
Ramirez to his corner, where presumably they'll begin to work on the cut.
Ramirez was outboxed or out momentum. Let's see what they say.
Trainers in the sport for a long time now. Oxnard, California. Older brother of Mikey Garcia, who was at one point a pound.
The problem is Devin Haney's not throwing his jab to set up any punches where he would in the past. And how do they have it scored? They got Ramirez winning the first round, and then they got a shutout. I don't know why they scoring 10-10 in the first round. I guess they couldn't score it. They were saying it was hard to score. I had gave that to Ramirez, and I gave Ramirez the second round. They got Devin Haney fighting a shutout right now. I don't think that's right, but it doesn't matter because he's winning the
Can
fight.
be, it's conceivable, looking at Mike Coppinger's scorecard, that Bill Haney should say, oh, if we can win every round but one with no risk, why not? He's not risking much.
There's nothing to
But you've got him winning the rounds.
I want to see.
Yeah, he's definitely winning the rounds. He's landing when he do let his hands go. It's just not
I can't even do it.
the rhythm, the timing, the execution.
It's not the star level fighting that Devin Haney was supposed to be producing at this point in his career.
Devin Haney moved up in weight. He does not have the power to knock out Ramirez. Let me say that again. He does not have the power to knock out Ramirez. It has to be a cumulative punch. So Ramirez has a high guard. He's fighting him like football. Either up here or right here or right here.
What you need to do from that point on.
Well, if all goes according to plan, the next time out is against Garcia.
Slap one of the hands up.
And we'll see where Garcia stands in the last man, and we'll see where...
Yeah, I want to see Haney throw some uppercuts. Ramirez obviously front foot heavy.
It's one punch at a time, and it's the counter shots that Haney is doing that's got him winning this fight. But again, like I said, I know what it's supposed to look like, and I would like to see him be more impressive with his style. And I don't know. I've seen him look a lot better in this one. Personally, and I'm not going to keep beating the horn. He's winning this fight, but I expected a lot more, considering what he had overcame and everything. You know what I'm saying?
And also for Jose Ramirez, he's a guy that's been in a lot of action fights, but this is going to be his second consecutive fight that is pretty dull. That fight with Barboza also featured a little action.
He's staying here. He's staying here where he's leaning back.
I think you need a guy in there
And Ramirez is walking into
come
him.
to fight, stand and fight. You know what I mean? For him to have his best
Woo!
moments.
This is
Read
boxing, baby.
research on Ramirez suggested that he has a logical case for having been unfairly ignored and overlooked. But if you fight dull fights, that's a good way to get overlooked. People want to see entertainment value. That's part of the sport. That's why Ryan Garcia has so many social media followers, and so many people will be rooting for him here tonight in the next fight that we're going to see.
He got caught with another left hook that threw him off balance.
It's just not enough exchanges, and I just think Haney's winning the fight. I don't know if he has a survival mentality right now, or
he's gonna get caught.
He just wants to get this fight over
Devin
with.
Haney's doing the bow and arrow.
I'll be
Devin Haney
disappointed if we don't see Haney
I thought
back
he would fix that,
Ramirez
but he
up sometime before the night's over with.
Devin Haney's
Me too.
arrow. Devin Haney's more confident now. His guards is down. He's less nervous. He's less nervous. Devin Haney just pop shot at Ramirez at the end of the round. Let me tell you right now, he's doing that bow and arrow. He needs to work on it when he fights Ryan Garcia. He needs to work on it. Where he was effective with the jab was when he was on the back foot and his guard was up and he was flicking it from back here. That way the counter left hook is either going to get caught or he's going to slip it behind it. Because Ryan Garcia throws that hook when he's getting punched in the face, which is odd. And it's like a counter left hook, but he's getting hit. Like he's literally allowing the shot to hit him in the face, and then he quickly pops it at the same time. And if the guy gets stung by it because it hits him in the jaw, which if you're doing the bow and arrow, he's doing this. I can't even do it, man, because I'm, muscle memory. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Pop, pop. Yeah, I can't even do what he's doing, but he's doing it. That's what I was looking for.
Fight low on meaningful action, high on strange tactics.
There's no strange
difficult to explain, at least for us so far.
Devin Haney's not throwing combinations.
Clearly, Haney's
he's waiting
winning
for Ramirez to come in, and then he's punishing him.
And it reminds me
Ramirez is not coming
of an old Larry Merchant phrase that I've used in the past. Win this one, look good the next time.
Yep. Sometimes that's the way. A W is a W.
Ramirez moves straight back, and Devin Haney still missed.
Devin Haney is a fighter that's really vacillated between being exciting and being tactical. The Lomachenko fight was an incredible fight, but not all of his fights have been.
Devin Haney moved up in weight.
Styles
he
make
does
fights.
not have the power to
These two styles, maybe they will always conspire to produce this kind of thing. But that's not what we expect. We expect to see Devin Haney come in here and try to make an impression by putting pressure on Jose Ramirez. Right, Antonio?
Or just boxing beautifully, relax, showing your class. Showing your class in this fight.
Ramirez finally got a combination in. A right hook to the body and a right hook to the head.
That front hand should be more fluid. Not actually trying to knock him out with it, but tapping and touching him with it.
Blocking,
to keep him
Ramirez's
confused.
jab with it.
Good
with his
shot,
power hand.
Good hard right hand shot.
1-2 from Devin Haney
Again,
to Ramirez.
he heads back to
Ramirez
the
is getting
ropes.
sloppy.
Another lead left hook.
All you got to do is switch places.
We got some nice weather tonight, thankfully.
That
Fighting
left hook
outdoors.
is right.
Antonio, how do you think that might affect the fighters, if at all?
Because
the weather isn't going to affect the fighters for sure. No, it's just like a regular fight. Because it's not
giving
cold,
you that
it's
information.
It's nice out, so
it's probably a little more humid here than it would be in an arena. In an arena, there'd be air conditioning. We are in a sort of summer heat storm here. It's not really hot, but it is humid.
Good shot.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia actually told me that he was a bit nervous about fighting outside. He said he does not like it.
I understand that.
Okay, now Devin did 2 jabs in the right hand. Good.
Finally throwing.
Remember Jack Johnson shading his eyes on the canvas in the body after Jess Willard put him on his back.
I believe Billy Conn as well against Joe Lewis at Yankee Stadium.
Round 14.
Ramirez has the center of the ring. Now he's getting beat up.
Now it looks like a boxing match. Beautiful.
Conor Lewis had a great
in that round. He dominated. He dominated that round. Dominated that round. So only 2 rounds I have to give to Ramirez, the first 2 rounds. And they didn't even give Ramirez the first 2 rounds. They gave him a 10-10 round in the first round. They're showing Turkey Al-Sheikh. They got some fancy chairs in the front row, so their butt don't hurt. Cushion on the back of the chair and everything. They got they got house chairs on the outside. These are house chairs, like when you got like a nice not a dining area, but the little room on the side. with the nice chairs for meetings, and that's what they have out there. If it rains, that velvet is gonna get messed up.
Employer here.
That's right. That's right.
Devin Haney's winning this fight.
To all intents and purposes, obviously, he does not yet own the zone.
Unless he gets, unless Ramirez gets some power out of somewhere or catches him, Ramirez is losing this fight. I gave him 2 rounds because Devin Haney wasn't doing nothing in the first.
We just got a nice spray there.
Good work by Ramirez right there.
Has started boxing effectively. And the last
shower
round,
with the sweat,
he's actually coming forward with jabs. Devin Haney got his arm swinging like this, and he's right here, or right here. And he's keeping Ramirez.
I think Ramirez is getting to the point of the fight now where he's going to need at least a knockdown.
That means if Devin Haney throws his jab, he's not going to touch him.
I think Ramirez may be getting to the point
Ramirez
of the fight now where
but
he might need a
Ramirez is
baseball
in the
bat.
center of the ring. He can do whatever he
Getting
wants.
anything done with his fists.
But he doesn't know how to do it.
Well, we have Nick Conner
And
inside here. Maybe we
Devin
can
Haney,
get Triple H's
oh my God.
sledgehammer.
There are sporting goods stores all up and down Broadway and 7th Avenue. We could buy him a bat or a tennis racket, but at the end of the day,
Popping his head back like that.
good hook. Another good lead left hook by Devin Haney.
Stick and move. This is boxing. This is boxing.
Maybe the game plan was to slow the fight down and get my offense off when I want to.
Ramirez is telegraphing the hook.
It's interesting.
He's going like this, and then he throws it. Like he's winding up.
You told me
He's doing
earlier,
it right.
Antonio, as a southpaw,
Devin Haney's gone.
real skills, an Olympics fighter, a world champion at light heavyweight, that you never threw
Jab.
a lead right
If
hook.
he times that
I
properly,
wasn't never successful. A lot of success.
throw
I
it
had a lot of success
behind
with my right hook. I was left
When Devin
handed
Haney
dominant.
comes in,
You know what I mean?
little sloppy.
It's all
I'm
right.
trying to hit you with the left.
It's
But
all
he's
right
getting
if you got
sloppy.
that kind of
He's
left hand.
confident
Right.
that Ramirez can't hurt him.
Now we have multiple bees at ringside. We gotta get some honey out here, Antonio.
I don't know.
Devin Haney's
They trying to
confident.
bite us though.
Devin Haney's
Good
confident.
jab. Good one too.
I want to see Haney turn Ramirez one of these times.
Good hook. I want
Devin
to see him
Haney's
back him up
confident.
one
He's still
time.
moving around the ring. Ramirez still holds the center of the ring. Ramirez still holds the center of the ring. Devin Haney still shuffling sideways. Oh my God!
One
A
thing
better
though, he
boxer
didn't
will
take any
punish him for it.
punishment so
And
far
his guard
tonight.
down.
A big
You throw
difference
the
in the last
punch
fight
to the
against
body
Ryan Garcia.
to get
I
him
think
to
if he
start
can get out of here without
his
getting
guard
hurt,
down
knocked
here.
down, or cut,
He's scuffling.
success.
So then you come with a hard hook, put him down. It will be devastating because he's gonna walk right into it. Devin Haney wins that round. All he did was shuffle. Ramirez couldn't have had no answer for it, and he was getting caught with the counter hook. What is this? They got a lot of different cars out there.
Across town from a little bit east of here.
They got a low rider. They got a bouncer.
In this car for the main event.
They got the
And
Batman
this
mobile.
these are the wheels that will be bringing the dynamic and charismatic Ryan Garcia.
Garcia's coming in the Batmobile. Oh no! Oh no! Listen, the only hope for the B side in this fight card is gonna be Rolly, because right now Ramirez is done. He's baked. He's done. There's nothing he can do to catch him. He doesn't know how to cut off the ring. I don't know what the corner's telling him. He needs to rough up Devin Haney, like come after him, rough him up, slow him down. Devin Haney still got his legs under him.
Round 10 of a scheduled 12.
The counter
Devin
left hook
Haney
is
in the
not
black
working
trunks.
for Ramirez like it would,
Jose
like it would
Carlos
for,
Ramirez in the
for,
white.
for Ryan Garcia. Remember, Ryan Garcia will take a punch to give that left hook. And that jab that he takes hurts less than that hook that he gives out. Because they don't see the hook coming. Because they land it.
Trunks tell you that Ramirez is from the raisin capital, Fresno.
But in this fight, Devin Haney's going to leave that hook.
They have a lot of other agricultural produce there.
He's beating
Yeah, Jose Ramirez, he's been a big advocate for the farm workers there. He's a great guy,
And
one of the most polite fighters out there. And this
you,
was kind of
Ramirez
a heated promotion. Devin Haney was talking
ring.
a lot of trash to Jose,
Devin Haney's
both at the press conference and at the weigh-in gym.
He's letting him have it.
Did Jose fire back?
He did fire back,
Oh
but
my
it's really
God.
not his nature, you know?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't come naturally for him.
A one overhand right.
Yeah, Devin Haney was telling him over and over, I'm going to hurt you. But so far, I don't think he's done that.
And I don't think that's been Devin Haney's past character either, really.
The unofficial scorecard got Devin Haney losing one round for somebody else's scorecard. Oh, that's the AI.
More in line with Ryan Garcia.
They have an AI score.
And it's part of what fans love about Ryan Garcia, his verbal aggressiveness.
Sometime in fights, my trainer used to tell me you got to hold your ground.
I don't know about
you
the
don't back up. Hold
AI
your
should
ground. And I
over
think
daggone boxing.
Devin hasn't he hadn't held his ground tonight. Even though he's winning a fight. Even though he's winning a fight, I don't think he's held his ground.
He's not backing up exactly. He's just constantly moving laterally, making it impossible for Ramirez to throw a meaningful punch, while at the same time, he's mostly not throwing meaningful punches either. Every once in a while, a lead left hook will land. Sometimes a combination, but by and large, Devin Haney hasn't shown much of his skills here tonight.
Not a lot of his offensive skills, and I think it's
he's still
like
shuffling sideways.
He's moving laterally. Every time Ramirez comes remotely close to him, he's out of there. And I've seen Devin Haney a lot more relaxed than this, and he got to just calm down. He just got to calm down and get back to the basics.
Extends all the way. Devin Haney's gone. Devin Haney needs to pivot. There you go. Devin Haney needs to pivot and turn him around. That way swing him around. That way you can throw a punch and Ramirez is facing that way and you over here beating on him from the side. That's legal, bro. That's boxing. A pivot, a nice pivot from Devin Haney. If Devin Haney, like when he's coming forward, you got Ramirez coming straight forward like a bull. If he pivots, he can land a power hook from his legs, from the bottom of his legs, all the way from his shoulders. Boom! From the side, Ramirez is gonna be hurt. You know when we seeing that? We seeing that kind of punch. It wasn't footwork that caused it. It was a left hook that caused it. But Anthony, Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. Zhilei Zhang hooked on him, and then Wilder spun around. By the time Wilder tried to turn around, Zhilei Zhang threw that hook. Good night. That was it. So you could happen that way. Zhilei Zhang don't got no footwork like that, but he caused it by spinning Wilder around with the hook. He hit him with a power hook, and then Wilder spun, and he came on the side of him and hit him with the hook. We're on round 11. We're in the championship round. Ramirez has
La Ressa is conditioned by Victor Conti and Snack. Devin is conditioned by Victor Conti and Snack. There are a variety of other top fighters who abide by Conti's conditioning regimens. Conti is a serious target for Ryan Garcia on social media, partially because of the relationship of the Haneys to Conti. Garcia has gone far enough to say that he believes Conti was the villain behind the New York State Athletic Commission agreeing to reduce his victory over Devin last year to a no decision, no contest, because of the failed performance-enhancing drug test.
Look, don't hit him. I'm so bored with the fight that they're talking about crap that's not happening in the ring. We all know about the DVD and everything that happened. There's a fight happening, and you're talking about what happened last year.
Jim, I spoke to Ryan Garcia at his training camp in
That's the wrong answer.
He was still upset about the suspension. He was calling it an injustice,
about the
Jim.
suspension. They're not talking
Well,
about
he's unabashed in claiming that Conti, who has, of course, a scurrilous history with regard to performance-enhancing drugs, but spent time in prison, changed himself, has been a part of the whole revolution in the sport as an advisor to boxers. Ryan is unabashed in saying, no, Conti's still cheating. There's no real concrete evidence of that. It has not turned up.
Heavily on Ramirez.
Not at all. But look, Ryan Garcia is an emotional guy.
Another
when I interviewed him, he did acknowledge, I don't know where the substance came from, being Austrian, but he swears he doesn't know where.
Devin Haney has a counter left hook that he didn't have before his arsenal. Wow. Devin Haney has a counter left hook. He's shuffling back and forth now. He threw an uppercut and a right cross down the middle. Which stumbled Ramirez. Ramirez is again punching in air. He's punching where Devin Haney was and not where he's going. He finally tried to use his left hook.
Round after round, pretty much the same thing.
Yep. Devin Haney won that round. That's the 11th round. That's the 11th round. This fight is over. Devin Haney could run around the ring. Ramirez is looking winded. He's gassed out. Ramirez is looking winded. Let's see if we can hear what they're talking about.
Very good.
Ramirez needs to knock out.
Vamos, este es el último round, José, con todo. Vamos, tienes que cerrar.
I want you to.
Devin Haney has a little breath. He's breathing a little heavy. So I think he's tired from running around.
Listen, this is where he's going to come. But listen, when the double step,
right.
So
that's the advice that
okay?
He needs to knock out the win.
Don't give me nothing here. This is here.
It would be almost impossible for anyone to take a nap here in Times Square in this setting, amid this kind of activity, et cetera, et cetera. But if ever a fight between two high-quality fighters was capable of inducing a snooze or a nap in Times Square, this might be it.
Yeah, certainly not a fight to remember.
Now what's important is they go back and put this fight under the microscope, be honest with themselves, and see where the improvement needs to be before, they get ready for Ryan Garcia.
So,
I mean, where does Jose Ramirez go from here?
Because it's not the main event.
Well, put him in there with the type of fighter that can make a good fight, then, we'll see. But it's going to have to be an aggressive fighter that comes to him, and that's willing to fight.
Here's a piece of evidence to support what we have been saying and trying to say in our own words all along.
He's fighting with his guards down, and he's shuffling with his arms up.
This fight is threatening,
is
at least within range,
that's bad
potentially setting a record for the least punches thrown by both fighters in a 12-round fight in any division.
When I'm talking to Ramirez,
that was Rolando Parker, and I'm not surprised because of the action, the little action we've seen tonight. I expected a whole nother type of Devin Haney coming back with everything to prove, and I was excited to see this young man put on. But hey, he'll get the W and move on, and hopefully he can have a better performance the next time.
I'm so thrilled to say that I watched Wilder Parker, and now I've gotten a chance to call this one. So I have a really great resume in this kind of fight, right?
You was close to both, huh?
At least for Wilder Parker, I was on a sofa. Okay.
And at least in Wilder Parker really hurt Wilder badly late in that fight. So there was some action.
Oh, it was some action, yep.
Shocking.
In the 12th round. His guards are down. Devin Haney's guards are down. Total disrespect.
Nobody has hurt anybody in this fight.
Nobody hurt anybody in the last fight.
To go in round 12.
They didn't say that in the last fight. Devin Haney was boxing. And Ramirez is letting
look on the bright side, Jim. There's no fans here in attendance except for the VIPs, so there's not going to be any booing, I imagine.
It is not a
they booing from home, though, probably.
It does not matter. This is not Shakur Stevenson in the main event of a TV show with top rank. Where people start walking out.
Mia Leifer is across the ring working as hard as ever to get a great shot at Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. A memorable, iconic photograph, like his photograph of Ali standing over Liston. Not going to happen, Neil.
This fight is over. 10 seconds.
I know nobody better not jump on the top rope.
Seriously.
You better not jump on the top rope.
He's going to go on the top rope because he won the fight. No, he didn't go up there. He looked like he was going. He went to the corner, though. Devin Haney did. Yeah, he didn't go to the top rope. Listen, this was just an exhibition fight for Devin Haney. That's what it seems like to me. But you're not gonna praise Teofimo Lopez. And then,
Well, there's a big
and
heavyweight
then
fight
talk shit
on the
about
horizon. Alexander.
They talk shit about Devin Haney for doing the same exact game plan. Move around the ring, move around the ring, move around the ring, pop shot, pop shot, pop shot. That's boxing. The only difference is once Teofimo felt comfortable, he started doing crazy stuff that's entertaining. He started dancing, he started shuffling, he started coming in and ducking underneath the punches. You know, he's a shorter guy, so he's gonna dunk way underneath it. Devin Haney's not that kind of fighter. Devin Haney has no style like that. You know, he's not gonna cha-cha, he's not gonna dance, he's not gonna do that. And he has a problem with not moving his head. His head doesn't move. He moves backwards, but his head is still in the same spot. He don't move his head. He don't do none of that. He don't do none of that. Woo! He don't do none of that. He don't do none of that. Devin Haney's game, if he starts doing that, he's gonna be dangerous because then he could come inside and duck out of the punches. When he does duck out of the punches, he's either in the corner or up against the ropes, and he's swinging his body. He's swinging his body, which he can still get caught. You know, when you swing your body and you got no guards, you're not guarding yourself. You're just swinging your body from as low as you can go to avoid the punch or trying to give your back. You know. Anyways, Ramirez better not think he won this fight.
Accomplishments. He beat Tyson Fury.
They didn't
you know what I mean?
give him,
he
like,
did what he had to do, undefeated. And then the fact that he's undisputed in a couple weight classes, you got to tip your hat to him.
I think the third round the AI gave him
Alexander Usyk.
But the unofficial scorecard, whoever's scoring it, I don't know who it is.
Full page CompuBox numbers for Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez.
I don't hear about no CompuBox numbers. I don't hear about no CompuBox numbers. Don't tell me about no CompuBox numbers.
A total of 503 punches thrown between the two fighters.
Yeah, but they didn't land.
Desultory. 40 punches landed for Ramirez, 70 for Haney. That's probably the difference in the fight.
Are we saying, and it's a 12-round bout.
And particularly the fact that Haney landed 45 power punches by CompuBox count and Ramirez only 17. So we're probably looking at a solid, relatively lopsided decision for Haney, but not anything memorable for either of the two fighters. Here's Michael Bumble.
Fury Times Square. Judge Mark Constantino and Glenn Feldman both have it the same, 119-109. Kevin Morgan scores at 118 to 110. All three judges have it. Unanimous 4. Still undefeated, and he is Devin the Dream Haney.
And the crowd goes.
Well, in order to dream, you have to be asleep.
Yep. You the best, Jim.
And Devin, along with the opponent, probably just put a few people to sleep.
Look, the problem is Devin Haney he's moving up in weight class. He does not have the power to punish his opponent. There was a few power punches that he threw that should have rocked Ramirez. Ramirez walked right through him. You know, you talk about he landed more power punches. You land power punches but have no power. What are you talking about? You can't really call them power punches if they don't have no power. They look like power punches. They're imitation power punches. They're not power punches. You're not going to sit there and throw an overhand right, land hard as you can, and the guy just throws a lazy jab afterwards. Doesn't move. His body comes forward. Instead of moving back or stumbling, no. A heavy power punch to the chin. Boom. And he don't move. There was like one time Ramirez stumbled, and it was because probably footing. After that, you didn't see anything. I think the next fight is the main event. It's going to be an early night. Let's go. I think the next fight is the main event. We're talking about Ryan Garcia and Rolando Romero. Let's go. This is what we came to see. These two guys right here. Right there. Right there. I don't think that I don't think that Ryan Garcia may have the power to knock out Rolly because he's also moving up in weight class. Rolly's also moving up in weight class, so I don't see the danger there either. When guys move up in weight class, it's hard for them to have that power to knock the guy out. Even Alexander Usyk, who's a heavyweight, he moved up in weight class. He should not be a heavyweight. But he was the undisputed heavyweight champion. And it takes a lot of punches in order for him to take down any heavyweight. A lot of punches. Cumulative power. Cumulative. That's how he knocked down Tyson Fury. He knocked Tyson Fury out. They got a commercial. Tyson Fury, he was getting beat from pillar to post, but that was, later in the fight. He was getting caught with cumulative punches. Now Daniel Dubois is going to be, he's a natural heavyweight. He didn't come up in weight, and he had a problem with Daniel Dubois in the first fight. So in the second fight, Daniel Dubois has gotten better. That doesn't mean Daniel Dubois is a better boxer. Alexander Usyk is still the better boxer. I'm expecting that fight to be one-sided too. But there's a puncher's chance and there's power that's coming from Daniel Dubois to the body that knocked down, and that's contested. Most people contest that body shot, saying it was a low blow. Okay, let's say it was a low blow. It hurt. And he just needs to throw a couple of those low blows that questionable. He won't get disqualified, and then finish off Usyk while he's trying to recover. Who knows? Game plans could be different. There's nothing in the rule book that you can't fight dirty, but you got to expect the consequences. And sometimes those consequences are really lenient if it's a big time championship fight. I mean, Mike Tyson is the worst. He bit somebody's ear off, and the referee was going to let the fight continue. The ear was on the canvas, and the fight was going to continue. It took a level head to say, you know what, this is crazy. Forget it. And I don't see anybody on this card. I don't see anybody who's willing to go against the A side unless the B side does something. Come on, show something. In the first fight with Teofimo Lopez and Barbosa didn't show nothing. This fight was the same as the last one. The boxer ran around the ring, teed off on him as he could, and the better fight was the one before that I didn't broadcast, was with the Japanese guy and the unknown boxer. He stood his ground. That was more competitive than any of these two fights because they were going both blow for blow at times. But the main event is coming up. This is for the WBA regular champion because now Boots Ennis is the super champion because Terrence Crawford vacated all the belts. I think he's a unified champion right now. They're doing the commercial. They're doing the promotion video that they've been doing with the cartoons and the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia tease. Now Ryan Garcia needs to finish it off so they can have that fight. Devin Haney already did what he had to do. So now Ryan Garcia has to do. So far, the card has been going exactly as planned. The B side is not strong enough and not skilled enough to beat the A side. The A side so far has been boxers. I don't see Ryan Garcia as a boxer, more as a counterpuncher brawler. So it's going to be interesting because Rolly's a brawler. Rolly's definitely a brawler. So Rolly has a puncher's chance, but the odds are against him. Let me know who you have. Ryan Garcia or Rolly Romero. Are you going to go with Rolly for the big dollars? Because the odds are so far against him that you're going to get a good payday if you bet against Ryan Garcia. Now, so far, it's been exactly as planned. No surprises, no nothing. So far, the second match, they were calling it boring. You got the announcers having a whole different conversation about something else and not talking about the fight in the ring. When the announcers are engaged in the fight, they're not laughing and joking about other stuff that's not what's happening in the ring. If they would have saw a left hook, they're gonna call a left hook, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, this is that," and they're gonna talk about the action in the ring. They didn't talk about the action in the ring towards the end of this last fight. They call it boring. They put some people to sleep. When the announcement came off where Devin Haney won, the crowd was numb. No cheering, no clapping, no nothing. Mind you, there is a crowd out there. And that crowd is quiet. They're not even participating in the fight that much. Like, you don't hear them, making noise or nothing. Nothing, nada. Nothing. No reaction. So there might be a problem with doing these outdoor events if you're not going to let everybody come in and watch. But Times Square is terrible because if you go in there, it's like New Year's Eve. You go in there, you're not coming out, you trapped. No bathroom breaks, no going to get food and coming back. Nothing. Once you in there, you stuck. And God forbid if you got to go to the bathroom.
It's going to be a real fight. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Let's take a look at the tail of
this is the main event. Let's go.
There's a 3-year age gap in favor of Garcia. There's a 1-inch height gap in favor of Garcia. They both weighed in at 146. There's a 2-inch reach gap in favor of Garcia. Let's go to Michael Buffer now for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from our third main event of the evening. The fighters are almost here. It's time for Fatal Fury in Times Square.
And I'll be back live
main event
tomorrow.
number 3 of the triple
I'll be back
hitter.
live tomorrow. There's going to be some undercard matches, some heavyweight matches in the undercard that are going to be interesting. In the undercard of
Here's Rolly in the car, getting ready to roll.
Rolling in the special card.
Some people have said in the past Rolly Romero, but he confirmed again yesterday, as he has many times, no, it's Rolly. Action fighter, Mike Coppinger. This fight promises sustained action, right?
I don't think this one's going the distance, Jim. I'm expecting fireworks. Rolly Romero's a big puncher, and he's a better boxer than given credit for, even if he is awkward. He was winning rounds, Jim, against Gervonta Davis.
You say he's a big puncher. Does he have the kind of weaponry that matches up against Ryan Garcia's left hook?
Absolutely not. I mean, he's just a guy that's more awkward with his shots. He reminds me a bit of Ricardo Mayorga, both in and out of the ring. And Ryan Garcia, that left hook is unmatched.
Yeah, Ryan knows how to set it up with his left hook, and Rolly really doesn't. But if he can improve and able to set those power shots up on Ryan, it's a whole different fight if he can land.
Yeah, and Ryan Garcia told me that he compared his left hook to Deontay Wilder's right hand. He said that everyone knows it's coming, and yet nobody can stop it.
I was just about to ask if his left hook is as dangerous as Deontay Wilder's right hand was. There's the answer right there. Thank you, Mike Coppinger. And there is the glamorous and exciting Ryan Garcia. In a lot of ways, particularly via his social media activity and his hard punching with the left hook in the ring, he at the moment is the lifeblood of the sport in America.
Ryan Garcia is one of the biggest stars in all of boxing, and I think he really has a chance in the future to be the face of boxing if he can stay clean outside the ring and win inside the ropes.
And because he's so young still, it seems like he's had a full career already, but he still have quite a few more years he can give us.
Yeah, he's a young guy, and the biggest star in boxing by far right now, that's Canelo Alvarez, of course. He's 34 years old. He's near the end.
You're right.
And Canelo is obviously a larger star in his home country of Mexico. Garcia is an American fighter, so that in itself is an edge.
I don't see Ryan Garcia fighting.
Interestingly,
So, where Canelo is 168.
and this is totally parenthetical and unrelated to the fight that we're about to see, but I was at the International Boxing Hall of Fame last spring, where Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales were both there.
Rolly Romero has arrived to where the ring is. I think it's 43rd Street. I want to say 43rd Street. With the low rider. The low rider didn't even bounce or anything, so it was worth taking that car. You're not gonna make it do what it do. Rolly Romero looks concerned. He doesn't look focused like a boxer should be focused. That is not good. I like my boxers to look focused. Let's see during the ring walk if his demeanor changes. He has like a diarrhea look on his face, like when you got bad gas or something. If that is not a good look. That is not a good look. He got like a diarrhea look on his face. He's going down the ramp. Dead man walking. This is what it looks like. Let's see from the front. He's looking around at the environment. I don't think he's comfortable at all. All right, his demeanor changed a little bit there when he's getting closer to the ring. He's still looking around, so he's not really focused. He's checking out the environment. I think he's taking this for a payday. He don't care about taking a loss. I think he's taking it for a payday. Let's see how he fights though, because I mean, once you get into a fight, even if you're supposed to throw it, sometimes basic instinct kicks in, like survival instinct, and like fuck that, I'm not getting knocked out. I say I'll throw the fight, but you're not gonna knock me out, type situation where you gonna pay me, but you're not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna let you win, but you're not gonna knock me out. That's for sure. And then it turns around, and if he gets him in trouble, he's gonna be like, well, I gotta take you out. I was gonna throw the fight, but I'll take less pay. But now everybody knows that I whipped your ass. Clout is important. If Rolly comes and knocks out Ryan Garcia, he'd get elevated. He get elevated a whole lot. They're always clowning Rolly. But every now and again, he got to check left hook himself. He'll knock a joker out. Rolly's the last chance for the B side to do anything. And he came in looking concerned. Ryan Garcia got in the Batmobile looking comfortable. They're coming down the street. They're trying to clear the street from people walking. People are allowed to cross from one pig pen to another, I guess. Within, they got people walking in the street in front of the Batmobile instead of a police escort. So I guess because it's open, it's an open. Ryan Garcia got like a Secret Service type thing. Is that a camera person?
I think they got a camera person recording, walking backwards or something. Somebody's walking backwards. It looks like, yeah, it's probably a camera person from a different network. So he's in the Batmobile. You get a full effect. You can't see him too good, but he's in there. He's in the passenger seat. Now you can see his head. NYPD is escorting him. You got NYPD walking on each side of him, so it's not like a police escort like the other guys. This is more like a police escort, like for a president, where you got Secret Service on each side of the car, protecting the asset. He has to make it to the ring. And they're going to help him out. He has to climb out. The doors don't open. Again, it's a shell of the Batmobile. It's not really a Batmobile. It's the bootleg shell. Ryan,
and now let's go to Michael. And now making his entrance to the ring, Ryan King Ryan Garcia.
We got some music going on. Yeah, he looks focused. I don't see no nervous tension in his face. He is looking around, though. I don't think he likes the environment either. There's some distractions. Let's see the ring walk. He's raising his hand. He's jogging in really slowly down that little ramp that they made, which is a terrible, terrible looking ramp. He's bopping his head. He's looking relaxed as opposed to the focus that he had when he just got out the Batmobile. He's dabbing folks, winking at people. So his focus is gone. He had it for like a hot second. It's gone. He's addressing the crowd. Michael Buffer's in the center of the ring. He's getting a little water. Let's hear what Michael Buffer has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fatal Fury Times Square main event.
This
number
is the main
3
event.
in a triple header. 12 rounds of
Ladies
boxing
and boys and
in the
girls,
welterweight division. And it's all brought to you by the Bible of Boxing, Ring Magazine, and SNK Corporation, publisher of the famous video fighting game, Fatal Fury City of Wolves. Along with promoters Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, and Box Raw. This contest presented in association with Warriors Promotions and sponsored by Public Investment Fund. Visit Saudi, STC, SRMG, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group,
Rolly Romero looks like he's
Saudia, the national airline of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Season, Milaf Cola, NHC, Visit Qatar, Core Group, Desert, Sky, Arab National Bank, First Data, and Sella. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the sanctioning bodies, and this is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matthew Delaglio. The 3 judges scoring on a 10-point system: Tony Paolillo, Velasco Roldan, and Tom Schreck. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Ricky Gonzalez. And now, the Fatal Fury Times Square, 3rd contest of the evening. So for all those in attendance and the millions watching around the world live on pay-per-view.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing pink and yellow and weighing in officially at 146.6 pounds. His professional record, 16 victories, 13 of those 16 by knockout, against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, he is Rolando Romero. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue and weighing in officially at 146.8 pounds. His professional record outstanding, 24 victories, 20 big wins by knockout, only one defeat with one no contest. Fighting out of Victorville, California, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan King Garcia.
Here we go. What scenario? Let's go. The crowd is getting involved.
Gentlemen, you see these
the crowd is
judges in the
getting
dressing
loud.
room. I expect a good, clean fight.
This
Protect
should be a
yourself at all
decent
times.
fight.
Obey my
You got
commands
two
at all
brawlers.
times. Touch them up.
Ryan Garcia is not much of a boxer, but he's definitely a brawler.
So can these two fighters now establish the electric vibe
I
that has
expect the
been
first
missing
round
for most of the evening? This has not been a thrilling boxing card in any way other than the setting and the quality of the fighters who are in the ring. We have not seen a great fight. If we're going to see one tonight, this is the only candidate remaining, and it was probably always the most likely candidate, Mike.
Absolutely, Jim. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, great characters outside the ring, exciting fighters inside it, two big punchers, and Ryan Garcia, of course, owns the fastest hands in all of boxing.
Ryan Garcia has the center of the ring.
Particularly the rocket left hook. Very hard to see coming.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I mean, he can really throw it from anywhere. He can throw it from the hip, from high up. It's a dangerous weapon.
Ryan Garcia is capable of. So he's not going to jump in and get caught with that counter left hook. Not
The marriage with trainer Derek James permanent or a momentary thing?
Rolly's fighting off the back foot.
I think we'll see. There was a lot of talk about Ryan reuniting with Eddie Reynoso for this fight. But Reynoso, of course, was unavailable as his training Canelo Alvarez. That fight's in Riyadh just 24 hours from now.
Good jab by Garcia. I like that jab by Garcia. I think that separates him for what Rolly does. Rolly don't really work behind his jab, and I think that'll keep Ryan out front if he can do that consistently.
Ryan sticks an authoritative jab. He's already landed 2 or 3 of them. You establish that punch in the first round, and it means a lot to you for the remainder of the fight.
Most definitely. And he's going to definitely offset what Rolly is trying to do, is land a big counter punch. Good jab.
He's not connecting with the jab, but
so far, the first round is a Ryan Garcia jabbing exhibition. We're more than halfway through.
You know, Antonio, you're somebody that turns pro later in life. Rolly Romero didn't even start boxing until age 16.
Yeah, that's late to start. Not extremely late, but normally if you're going to be in this sport and have a career in it, you usually want to start by 10, 11 years old. Start them young.
It's easy to love a fighter who has fast hands. Is it a learned trait, Antonio, or is it totally inborn as a skill?
Well, you train, you can, get better at your speed, but it's something you either have or you don't. If you're a fast fighter, you can become a faster fighter quicker if you have those
Ryan
skills.
is doing it, he's just throwing the jab.
I like a guy that can do pretty much a little bit of everything. Power, speed, rhythm, timing.
If I were going to come back as a fighter in my next life, and I wanted to ask for one attribute, I would ask for fast hands. I think it decides more fights than any other physical edge.
Yeah, think of the best fighters of the past 25 years, right? Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. Incredibly fast hands.
Patrick Taylor. I can still see him.
Having speed and control is what's the nightmare.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in the first round, but Ryan Garcia had the better jab. I give Ryan the first round. Rolly's not taking any chances. He's fighting off the back foot. He's fighting off the back foot. They're showing a commercial. Let's hear what Derek James.
If you hit him in this, hit him in this right here. All right? And then stepping over. He's trying to come over the top. He's trying to walk.
He wants it to hit
to go the other direction.
When Lopez is doing. When Rolly throws that jab, he wants Ryan to punch it out the way and hit it here. That way it moves out the way, and then he can counter. But he wants him to counter, hit here, step, and counter to the body or to the head, wherever he wants to hit it. That's effective boxing. Rolly's throwing that lazy jab. Ryan's going to punish him. Ryan has the speed to throw that hook on that arm. Let's see if he does it. Oh, he knocked him down! I told you! No sleep on Rolly! Ryan Garcia down. This is what I'm talking about! This is boxing! Rolly Romero! Ryan Garcia down with a double
Most electric moment we've seen. Now let's see how
Ryan
Garcia
Garcia's
reacts.
doing a leg
He's going to come back firing, but he's not going to hide.
Nice body shot from Rolly. Another left hook.
Because
The crowd wakes
he's
up.
still dangerous.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
I was wondering.
Yeah! Let's go! The big guy has his champion. Yeah, Rolly Romero has knocked down.
Listen to the noise that now surrounds us.
Ryan Garcia is trying to do
And don't forget, Jim, it was actually round 2 against Luke
Rolly
Campbell.
holding
Ryan
him
Garcia was
for their life. This is what I'm talking about. Rough him up. Rough him up, Rolly. Rough him
for
up.
a brutal knockout.
One thing about Rolly, he gonna get you or you gonna get him. It's gonna be one or the other.
Come on. There you go. Rolly punch with the hook. Rolly. Oh my God.
They exchanging hooks.
Ryan is
Definitely
trying
have
to
our answer.
beat that
Rolly
hook.
Romero's power carried up to 147, huh?
Oh yeah. It looks like he's always been a strong fighter.
Let's go, Rolly. Let's go, Rolly.
Those strong legs.
Rolly, let's
He
go,
has a
Rolly.
face for power.
Rolly, let's go,
As does
Rolly.
Garcia, by the way.
Come on, Rolly. Come on, Rolly. Oh my
Hard
God.
right hand over the top body. Rolly
Flush
Romero.
on the
That
top.
was a clubbing right hand though.
Oh my God.
He's gonna have to straighten that out a little bit if he want the effect that hook had.
I told you. And even if Rolly was gonna lay down for Ryan Garcia.
Right now, I would advise Ryan Garcia just to jab his chest, jab his arm, just put that jab on him.
He's punching from the back foot. And he's holding.
Well, that was what dominated the first round.
Oh my God.
Rolly attacked quickly in the second.
Oh my
That
God.
hook was blistering. He hit him twice with 2 hooks.
Power hand with power, with actual power over the top.
So Romero's working on a 2-point round after having put Garcia on the canvas with that power explosion.
Ryan Garcia's not going to allow that to happen again, so he's fighting scared. Ryan Garcia's fighting in the distance.
Seems like Garcia's regained his senses.
Yeah, he realized now he can get hurt. He's going to have to tighten up a little bit.
He got a high guard. He got a high guard. Ryan Garcia's
So
not
this
messing
part is
around
over.
now.
The fight has begun.
He got caught messing around. Rolly's tapping that body now. Rolly is tapping that body hard. Lazy jab to the top, and a hard body shot. Hard right to the body. Ryan Garcia
right there on the ropes.
You can almost hear Ryan Garcia thinking
handle
he
it.
need a left hook.
Oh my God!
To land the left hook.
Rolly Romero is in the house finally. Let's go. Let's go. This is boxing. That's how you do it. When mother disrespect you and try to set up a match. Next time, talk about I'm not taking Nah, you gotta go through me first. I'm the gatekeeper, baby. I'm the gatekeeper. Oh yeah, Rolly Romero is in the house. Rolly Romero is winning the fight with that 10-8 round. Let's see.
That put Garcia down.
Right there.
Boom, right on the chin.
He caught him twice right there. That hook was solid.
That's solid. It hit him right in the chin, and then Ryan Garcia tried to block it. That second one
was in rhythm with it, right?
Himself, and he knocked him down. Boom, right on the chin.
Great shot.
Chin.
by
Boom,
Romero.
over the head. Ryan Garcia
Balance
down.
after the first hook. And then Romero sealed.
Let's
the
go,
deal
Rolly.
with the
Let's
second.
go. Let's
So
go,
now,
bro. We got to
Garcia
fight
has
now.
tasted
Ryan Garcia
Romero's
down on
power.
the scorecard.
The
I
job
gave
for
him the
Garcia
first round
now,
as a
in addition to
10,
getting
9,
his
10 round.
bearings
Now
and
he
his
got a
senses
10-8
back,
round. Rolly's
is to try to make Romero taste his power
Most definitely.
with a left hook.
And And it's
Ryan
not just
Garcia,
Romero's
Ryan
first fight at
Garcia's
147.
check left hook did
This
not
is
work on
Garcia's
Rolly
first fight at
and
147 as well.
him trying to come back.
They should both be a little strong.
Oh my God. Ryan Garcia can't say nothing about that sparring because he knocked him down in the second round. Rolly's keeping his distance. He's fighting off the back foot. Smart man. Smart man. He's not allowing that check left hook to come in. Rolly's on the phone. Rolly's on the phone. Hello? 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 Are you still there? Are you still there?
Arrested for
Let's go.
damage to the property, but he tells me he's been sober for a while now, and that he worked with his family in outpatient therapy.
Man, that's great, man, that he took it upon himself to really seek help if that was the case. And you can see, you know what I mean, with his approach to this fight, it's definitely working. You feel me? He's really applying some things to his life.
Some boxers test you, man. You know, you whip their ass in the ring, then they wait for you to get outside and get dressed. They want to fight you outside.
I think it'll be important for Rolly now to start investing in that body just in case this fight goes long. He can at least take a little of the steam off of Ryan Garcia.
Now, I beat you in the ring and I'll beat you outside even worse. You better get gone. Nowadays,
so
boxers,
far,
you know,
on landing a power shot.
Beat me in the ring, I'm assuming.
So neither of them has yet mounted a serious body attack.
No,
but
there's not going to be no body attack. Nobody attack.
The two who does that could gain an advantage.
That means you got to come
Look
inside.
at Romero's upper body, and you see that musculature.
Check left hook now. Now that he got knocked down.
See where the power
Trying
comes
to
from.
get back. Rolly
Muscles in his back.
Yeah, he's a strong fighter. When I look at Rolly Romero, it looks like his style really gives Ryan some issues. You know,
Rolly's standing right in front of him. There is no style.
Jab as much as he wants to. He has an awkward style, and I think it's bothering Ryan to some degree.
He's blocking Ryan's jab. He's neutralizing Ryan's jab now.
Well,
Rolly's
sometimes a puzzle takes a while
so that
to
left
solve.
hook is not coming in. Rolly's holding the phone.
That's why there are 12 rounds. That's why you have a corner to talk to you between rounds. This could become an exercise in management for Ryan Garcia. With all his talents, Romero is a very tough opponent.
Ryan
has already shown it.
Rolly for no reason.
Certainly, since that knockdown, Garcia seems a little more hesitant to uncork that left hook.
Ryan is holding a high
Well, he
guard.
got to set that left hook up.
He got a
Just
well-balanced
throwing
stance.
it For no apparent reason, it's not going to get it done. I would like to see him really scoring with that jab,
Rolly's
and I think he can open some things up.
Rolly's winning the ground.
Romero just missed with another right hand.
Rolly ducks under it.
First
Rolly's
two rounds are
Rolly
very dramatic.
Oh, Rolly won that round. At the end of the round, Rolly did exactly what the boxers was doing in the previous round. Side to side. He didn't let Ryan try to throw that check left hook. Rolly's ready for this. Rolly's ready for this. Rolly said in the interviews that he's gonna beat Ryan up, and they can him and Devin Haney could still have their fight. That makes sense to me. Rolly's the only one that got something to lose here. He's gonna become the WBA champion. This is for a title. And Rolly likes belts. He don't care about money. He wants the clout. Rolly about the clout. Rolly about the clout. This is for the WBA regular champion belt. He wants it. He wants it. He came in nervous, scared. That nervous tension is gone. Let's go, Rolly. Let's go. Let's go, Rolly. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm getting the bag. Let's go.
Which has finally erupted now in what is an action-filled fight, at least for the first two rounds, between Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia.
Rolly's on the phone.
Considerable drama now as we move to round 4, with Garcia already having been on his back in center ring.
On the phone. Rolly's not playing.
In round 2.
The only time he throws it,
Good body shot with that jab.
is when that jab,
I like both of these guys focused tonight. Rolly seemed to be mentally focused, not really getting reckless with his style. Like it.
Ryan's trying to jump back and counter with the left hook. And they comes in with a 1-2 and misses because Rolly's is still far away. They got Garcia at 10. They got Garcia. They got a tied fight.
Certainly, this is the best battle of trainers on the entire card.
Rolly lost
Ryan Garcia with Derek James, who's led Jamel Charlo and Errol Spence to championships. And then, of course, Romero with Ismael Salas of the Cuban School of Boxing.
That's a lie. They giving Ryan that round for no reason. Ryan's not even the champion.
Yeah,
So
and you make a great point with that. Salas from the Cuban school of boxing. But has he had a puncher like Romero before?
Never.
yes, he has. He sparred him before. Rolly's boxed him. Rolly's moving around the ring. He's still on the outside. Ryan Garcia has the center of the ring. Ryan Garcia has the center of the ring. Rolly Romero is testing him in the center ring, and then when Ryan tries to throw that jab or that counter left hook that he has, he's moving out of the way. He's moving out of the way. So let's go. Let's go, Rolly. Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to hear no mess. I don't want to hear no mess. Let's go.
Romero jabbing to the body.
Rolly's going to the body, too. Rolly's on the phone. I'm telling you, Rolly's guarding for that hook. He neutralized that hook. Ryan has to come up with a different strategy. An uppercut, the 1-2. The jab is kind of effective. Rolly has the center of the ring. Rolly owns the center of the ring. Rolly's owning the center of the ring. Rolly's owning the center of the ring. Ryan is backing up.
He being Garcia.
Rolly. Rolly's left hook again. I see him faint for it.
You're going to give Rolly his respect. There you go. Put some respect on some Rolly. Oh, shit.
Right there is where Ryan should be snapping that jab out right there.
Just keep looking at the thickness of the muscles in Romero's body. It looks like he got more out of the rise in weight than did Ryan Garcia.
That's why he's not throwing that jab up close. Rolly's tapping Ryan's jab and then going to the body. Ryan Garcia is throwing a lazy jab.
I was talking about. He got to continue to use that jab in order to set the big
Rolly's
punches up.
away from him and pivoting, which is a nice skill set. You're talking Rolly can't box, but Rolly's showing some footwork. And then he's coming in like this.
He is far more likely, it appears,
oh my God,
to commit to his jab than Rolly, who uses it
Ryan
more as a tactical rhythm
cannot
thing.
take it. Oh, nice jab from Ryan. Nice jab. End of the round. Rolly won that round.
DAZN is the official global broadcast.
You're giving Rolly those rounds. Giving Ryan those rounds. Rolly won that round. Why? Because inactivity from Ryan. There was a couple of jabs that landed. That's it. So you're gonna give him the whole round from 2 jabs that landed when Rolly's landing body shots? Come on, man. Come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. We're going into the 4th round, and Rolly is running away with it. Rolly's even owning the center of the ring, where at the beginning he was letting Ryan own the center of the ring. Rolly took over the center of the ring. And remember, from the center of the ring, you can do whatever you want. You got the guy. He's got to run. He's only got one way to go. It's a squared circle. He's either going to shuffle around this way or shuffle around that way. If you're in the center of the ring, you got it. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
In boxing, marketing, and promoting around the world. And now we move to round 5 between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero.
Garcia counted real good off of Rolly's punches right then. He got the best of that exchange.
Rolly needs to hold.
4 rounds have gone by pretty quickly.
Very nice, very nice. Rolly's tapping the glove.
But there was thunder in the second when Romero landed a double left hook, 2 of them in rapid-fire succession, to put Garcia on the canvas.
Rolly's setting him up.
Yeah, and both of these fighters, while they have power, they both have been
throw jabs. These lazy jabs is putting Ryan
stopped too. Romero was stopped by Pitbull Cruz last year, and Garcia, of course, against Gervonta Davis.
It landed
courtesy of a body shot.
And very interesting.
It landed a couple of combinations ago, and it did not hurt Rolly.
Ringside scorer, as you saw at the bottom of the screen there, has had Garcia winning each of the other 3 rounds besides the 10-8 round for Rolly Romero in the second round. So at this moment, according to our unofficial ringside score, Garcia, despite the knockdown, leads the fight.
It's a close fight. I don't know how to judge the score other than the knockdown. I think that last round could have been really close.
When Rolly goes to the body, Ryan's trying to
me, and I'm
but Rolly's still holding the phone.
Feeling my way. That was the AI scorecard, artificial intelligence.
I don't care.
Yet another way of doing it.
those body shots. And in the later rounds, those body shots kind of hurting Ryan. The jab is clean. I like that Rolly's still holding the phone. But Ryan's jab is landing. Rolly's still going to the body.
Garcia really is not letting his hands go much, and when he does, it's one at a time, right?
That's what I was telling you. It looks like Rolly's style just gives him a little trouble because he's usually more active than this. Maybe it was that knockdown, Jim.
He did land a body shot. And yes, you're more likely to keep your hands home if you can remember.
Rolly already demonstrated that
tasting the
he can
canvas,
put Ryan down.
which you can
Ryan
certainly remember at this
Rolly.
point in the fight.
There's a respect there.
We talk about Haney possibly having a hangover. What about Garcia?
Right.
He had his
Ryan,
ring taken away.
he don't got his
was
guards
suspended
down.
for PED use. He had a big chaotic year outside the ring, and he has a lot of questions surrounding him.
He's been off for a whole year.
Every time Ryan tries to get close to a hook, Rolly's holding now. He's doing exactly what I told him to do. Rough Ryan up. Slow him down. Ryan is still going for that check left hook. And
At this stage of the fight, I think Rolly is really showing a lot of discipline. You know, to stay within it in the chess match rather than just, throwing caution to the wind.
Rolly is punishing him. Rolly's rolling underneath the jab of Ryan. At times, and landing to the body. Those body shots are going to come in handy in the later rounds. Ryan Garcia kind of looked defeated. Wait,
You're busy with the jab. You can beat him with a jab. Once you beat him with the jab, you start setting up all the other shots. He's going to be so annoyed with the jab that he's not going to think about the right hand and the left hook. So we need to keep the jab in his face to open him up. Shoot the jab, stop.
I don't think that's good advice.
So Derek James doesn't know how the scoring is, but this is how Mike Coppinger is scoring it. And this is very similar to what the artificial intelligence scoring showed us, Mike.
Yeah, but Romero was doing the best work in there. Obviously, he had the 10-8 rounds automatically in round 2. And Ryan Garcia is simply not throwing many punches right now. He's allowing Romero to pick up some of these rounds, but they are close, Jim.
Those totals are wrong. That should say Romero 48,
Rolly should be winning.
Garcia 46.
Correct.
So Coppinger has Romero ahead in the fight. Artificial intelligence had Ryan Garcia ahead in the fight. I would rely more on Coppinger. I don't know what artificial intelligence really is. Right.
Jim, when I was with Romero in training camp in Vegas, he told me that he had lapses in concentration against Gervonta Davis and that he was learning from it. And I think you see that right here.
Looks like Rolly picking up the pressure.
This is beautiful. Ryan Garcia has been known to be knocked down for a body shot.
On Ryan Garcia.
Rolly's been tapping that body.
He's fighting focused, right?
Oh, big time focus.
Left hook landed for Ryan Garcia. That was not the A-list left hook, but it was a landed punch. The A-list left hook is a right.
Whenever Ryan tries to throw an overhand right, Rolly ties him up. So the overhand right is not working either. Rolly's controlling the fight. If you take this fight from Rolly, at this point, you're wrong. Because
that body shot is effective and it's consistent. That one left hand to the body,
jab
Rolly is
to the
throwing.
glove. To Ryan's jab, he's controlling Ryan's jab by tapping it instead of Ryan controlling. Ryan finally did that punch, but he didn't follow up. Ryan did that punch to the arm. Right now, he's testing it. He's testing it. He finally hit the jab to the arm, but Rolly moved back.
I think Ryan Garcia gonna need a knockdown at least to take the momentum.
There's no way you take
Romero. He can taste it.
Yeah, and we're entering round 7. That was the round Garcia knocked Campbell out in.
Garcia
when he was dropped in round 2, which he was in this fight.
And new WAA champion, Rolly Romero. Rolly said he was
not
going to
so
beat
far,
him.
no. I think the knockdown really
Rolly's
made
not
him
laying
go
down.
inside.
Rolly said he cares about belts. He don't care about money. This is going to put him in the elevated status. Remember, Ryan Garcia has never been a champion. Ryan Garcia has never been a champion. Rolly Romero has been a champion.
Margin and still lose it because the lead that Romero has is big enough to ward him off.
I
Ryan Garcia needs to get his left hook going, Antonio.
One of these fighters need to show some separation. You
Rolly's
feel me?
on the
Win
phone.
around decisively or
Rolly's
something.
on the phone,
These
and
rounds
he's
are
finished
just too
right
close,
off back
Jim.
foot. So if
Well,
Ryan tries to
the
do
knockdown
that
is the difference in the fight.
Rolly goes to the body.
Body shot.
You see?
There you go. He got to
He's
get
just too far
Rolly
away.
on his back foot.
Rolly's fighting on his back foot.
Romero
Rolly's
ducked
not
the right
stupid.
hand.
And every time Ryan comes in, Rolly throws a jab
Missing
to the
action
glove.
so far.
A lazy jab.
The electric left hook of Ryan Garcia. The punch
Ryan cannot get
that
on the
so
inside
bedeviled
to
Devin
save
Haney
his
a
life.
year ago. Not here tonight so far.
Ryan got a high guard too. Rolly's not even capitalizing on that.
Some fighters do fight better when there's chaos swirling around them. Is Ryan Garcia perhaps one of those guys?
Man, I'm thinking probably. No, I'm thinking this though. Rolly
Ryan
is
Garcia,
strong, bro. He's
right.
getting hit with jabs. And
Remember,
he's not
Rolly
even moving.
Romero
He's not
has
backing
been
up, and I think
Rolly Romero has
it's really
been
what's stressing Ryan right now.
Rolly
He can't get this
Romero
guy
has
to
been
retreat.
champion. Ryan
Yeah,
Garcia
he did tell me that this move to
the
147
one
for
title
Romero
he would have had,
happened a long
he
time
lost
ago.
And he's strong, bro. It just look like, again, he's able to back Ryan up. Ryan is not able to back him up.
The best shot, the best way for Ryan Garcia to get back in this fight
Good
is
jab.
to hold back on the jab and throw the two as many times as you want. But however, Derek James is telling Ryan to throw the jab. The jab is not landing. The Gazelle left hook is not landing.
I think a 1-2.
The two is
You
landing.
gotta go
If
from
you throw it
0
down the
to
middle.
100 with the right hand.
And
Push off
Derek
that jab,
James
let
is
that
not
right
telling
hand come
Ryan to
back.
throw
I think he can at least land it.
And Ryan doesn't want to throw the two because the two is
All
what
this
got him knocked
posing
down.
and looking is wasting time.
He threw the
We're in
two.
the seventh.
He got caught.
Only 5 rounds to go after this.
Rolly's coming in. Rolly's coming in.
It's verging
This is what I'm
toward
talking
becoming
about.
another
Rolly's
big
roughing him
fight
up.
nightmare
Headlock and
for
punching
the
him.
revered trainer
Punching him.
Derek
Now he got a
James,
warning.
who
Rough
lost
him up.
last
Rough him
year
up.
with Errol
Rough him
Spence
up, Rolly.
against
Rough him
Terrence
up.
Crawford,
Rough
and
him
may
up,
be
Rolly.
headed for a
Rough him
similar
up.
result tonight if this doesn't change.
And this would be a huge upset.
From
The
New York.
fact
Let's
that
go.
Ryan has so much momentum going in. We got the big fight with Haney right there on the limb, so it would be a devastating loss. if he
Rolly's
can't
on the
pull this
phone.
fight out.
Rolly's
And James also had Charlo, who laid an egg against Canelo. Not that that's their
That
big
was a
fight.
more predictable fight. Yeah. That was
Ryan has
Canelo.
not thrown a decent time yet. Rolly won that round. That round is over. Rolly won that round. I got Ryan Garcia winning 1 round. Yo, let me know what you think. Come on, guys. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Help the channel out. Come on. You like the content? You want more of it? Let's go. I'm doing tomorrow with the card tomorrow with Canelo versus Scale.
Whenever you go to the right and the left, you walking into the right hand, that's what he's trying to shoot good at you. Tell you all of it, listen, find that, bite that, that's what it's about. Your little daughters, your little, everything you got, you, listen, bite down. This is where the dog got to come out right now.
He wants.
When nobody care what you do, you feel like a champ. And the only way you feel like a champ, you got to go win it. Go get it.
That speech makes clear that Derek James hears the ticking of the clock
Trying to get
and wants
Rolly
Ryan
to
Garcia
jump
to respond to the ticking of the clock.
Yeah, he realized that, running out of time.
He's telling
He thought his fight would be comfortably ahead, but that's not the fight we're seeing right now, Jim.
For a year. He don't want that smoke.
Ryan Garcia.
He got knocked down already.
Ryan Garcia at least certainly looks engaged
There's
to
a
me in the
picture
corner
of
as
Ryan
James was
Garcia
urging him to
down
throw
by
more
Rolly.
punches, even if they're landing on the arm.
Rolly,
I think he needs to take some risks. That's the only thing that, pays off is a risk in this fight.
Grab him, headlock him, punch him. I mean, he's doing all of that. Throwing elbows. I ain't seen no elbows yet, but that's what I would be doing. Rolly's still on the back foot, and he's got the phone. Ryan Garcia's not taking no risks.
There you
There
go.
is no dog in
You
him.
got to stay ahead. Just keep popping that jab.
Even during
Open up.
the press conferences, Ryan Garcia, the most energy he showed was for Bill.
Nice. Keep doing
Nice
that.
jab. Rolly let a jab come in.
I always was taught to add on. If you hit guy with 1 punch, you got to come back with 2. If you throw 2, throw 3. So Ryan Garcia just need to add on to the combinations right now.
Rolly Romero took a shot at ending the fight right there with that right hand thrust.
From Ryan Garcia. Rolly's
Time power if he had landed the
Rolly's trying to
punch.
get comfortable. Rolly's trying to get comfortable.
A lot of measuring, posturing right now.
And he don't feel that Ryan punch is gonna hurt him.
That's often what you see when two guys think of themselves as power punchers. They tend to wait to try to land the big shot. I think that's part of what Derek James was trying to break through with in terms of Ryan Garcia. Don't keep waiting to land the one big shot. Throw multiple punches. Rack up some scoreboard here.
Exactly. He landed a good jab right there, Jim.
I just think Garcia's losing a lot of these rounds based on
AI.
activity alone.
Somebody just AI. Yo,
It don't seem like. You gotta keep peppering that jab. It's just something else opens up. The right hand, the hook,
I'm telling
body
you,
shots.
the only way to get Rolly.
Good jab. Keep it up.
The only way to get Rolly.
I want to see a right hand off the jab at least.
Rolly has not let go of the phone. He's still talking to his girl like, baby, I'm coming home with the gold. I'm coming home with the gold, baby. Baby, I love you. Let's go. Rolly's still on the phone. He making love to the phone. You know, back in the day, you lay back, call your girl. You at midnight, they still going to conversation. It ain't.
Now Rolly swarms in,
Rolly tries to go
carries him back to the
Ryan
ropes.
tries to duck. Rolly has him in the headlock.
Buys a little time by holding.
Taller than him.
And the referee
He's ducking
tells
underneath,
both
and Rolly
fighters
has
not to hold.
upside down headlock. A reverse headlock, excuse me. 10 seconds. Rolly's winning this round too. Rolly comes in with a
Two landed punches at the end of the round for
deep
Rolly
left hook
Romero.
that doesn't really land much, but that ends the round. Rolly's winning the fight. Rolly winning the fight. You take this fight from Rolly is bullshit. Rolly's winning the fight. Let's go, Rolly. Yo, somebody on the B side got to win. And if it's Rolly, so be it. He's the last man standing. Everybody on the B side got dissed tonight. Everybody. Why? Because all the fighters on A side already got plans to fight somebody else. Rolly's gonna go get his belt. Rolly wants that WBA belt. Rolly told everybody that he cares about championship. He don't even care about money. He wants the glory. And he gets this belt, guess what? He's going to be a Hall of Famer. You cannot take it away from him. He's going to be at least a two-time champion.
Derek's getting angry, huh?
I don't know about angry. He just wants his fighter to step it up a little bit.
Ryan Garcia don't got the dog in him. He don't want to get knocked down again. He'd rather
Tried to get that from Errol Spence, too. But Terrence Crawford wouldn't allow
he
it.
felt Rolly's power. He respected it.
That was a little bit more one-sided fight than this.
Rolly's against
Garcia's still in this fight.
He's that. Like, he's spending a lot of time.
Close. I actually gave it to Garcia.
So the overhand right or the right would land because Rolly's got a lazy
really
jab out there. But that jab is connected with Ryan's glove.
Cut Romero's lead to 1 point on
the
his
jab, he has
scorecard.
to reach that.
Might
Rolly's
have.
doing the effective boxing. Yo, this is how you
Yes,
neutralize the
I have
jab
the
fight.
map.
This is how you neutralize the jab fight.
So it's still a fight
Oh,
as
God.
Romero drives Garcia toward the corner with a series of body shots.
And that looks good from the judge's
Ryan
eye.
doesn't
When you
know how
got
to
the
fight
guy
backwards.
retreating and you land 2 or 3 shots.
How to fight backwards.
I think Ryan, one of these fighters is going to have to show some separation.
No,
this
no,
round.
Rolly don't have to do nothing. Rolly only has to win the fight.
Good
Oh
hook.
my God, double jab and then a strong left hook. That's the same kind of left hook that knocked Ryan down. Rolly's still fighting on the back foot.
CompuBox
But he
tells us, by the way,
overextended.
that this fight,
Rolly's
like its
using
predecessor,
double jab.
is also being fought at a numerically
body.
slow pace. That's not tremendously shocking to me. Garcia is not a huge output puncher. He's not a multiple
Rolly's
punch
still fighting
puncher.
on the back
He's
foot.
looking
All
for
he
one
do
big
is lean
shot
back
a
a
lot
little
of the
bit,
time.
and Ryan can't touch. I mean,
They strategizing
yeah, Ryan
in there,
can't
man.
touch.
A lot of strategy going on right now.
This is like Ryan is still in the
Good.
first round.
Snap that jab, Ryan.
Logic tells you the last 3 rounds might heat up.
No, the last.
Particularly if Derek James can impress upon Garcia the need for more activity.
The only way Ryan Garcia
Romero's fighting with a whole lot of confidence right now.
And so far, Rolly has not shown that Ryan's power is effective at all. He's standing in the middle of the ring. Rolly's flat-footed right now before he was running. Rolly's dictating the fight. He's throwing jabs to the
Some
top.
of Romero's reputation
And
was
the
built
body shots
from gym
Gotta
wars
give
in
credit
Las
for
Vegas.
connecting with the body
He's been
style.
known
Nobody's
for
talking
high
about
energy
it. Listen.
sparring sessions in Las Vegas. Some of them in
sparring session.
Floyd
Stop.
Mayweather's gym.
This is a skill.
He's a guy, I believe, that just sold out. That was
Roll-
an illegal
Rolling
punch behind
was
the
a
back, wasn't it?
Yes.
Ryan Garcia is
He
not a
sold
former
out on his
champion.
career, man.
Let me say that
he
again.
sold his
Rolly
soul,
is a former
and he got that
champion.
opportunity with Tank, and the rest is history. He
here.
believed in himself to that point.
Rolly is testing shit out. He's even swinging his lazy jab around.
And Romero's a guy that gets a lot of opportunities because he
Rolly
talks
is
such great trash. But, funny enough, he really didn't even speak much until he was 11 years old. He had a lisp, and
He's making up for it now.
Rolly is dropping the guard now, and they're talking about other shit. Rolly won that round. They're not talking about Garcia losing. Why did I talk about Garcia losing? Why did I talk about those effective body shots from Rolly? Why did I talk about that? That's happening. At this point, Rolly's doing the Philly shell. He's doing the Philly shell, and he's rolling his arms around, tapping lazily tapping Ryan Garcia's jab hand. So every time, now Ryan's the one that has to readjust to try to get his jab back instead of throwing the two. The two is landing for him. But the problem is when he throws that two, if he misses, Rolly caught him in the chin one time already when he threw that two. So he's afraid to let that two go. He's on the phone too. He's calling his girl and be like, yo, get that weed ready because I'm gonna need to smoke it. I'm gonna need to smoke it tonight. This is stressful right here. It's cold out here. We're not in Madison Square Garden. They couldn't afford Madison Square Garden, so they're doing it in the street. Let's go.
It's a big surprise, Jim, that we're even in round 10. Oddsmakers had the over-under for this fight at 6.5 rounds.
Everybody's gonna get paid. We get in the bag when Rolly wins. We get in the bag. When Rolly wins, we get in the bag. Yes, he was the underdog. Yes, they overlooked him. Yes, he is gonna be the new WBA champion. Let's go. Let's go, Rolly. Let's go. Let's go, Rolly. Let's go. Yo, we get in the bag. We get in the bag. Everybody that betted on Rolly is gonna get this money. We're in round 10. Ryan Garcia still throwing one-punch combination. And a one-punch is not a combination. This is for the rest. Rolly got inside.
The fighter throw more
Ryan
punches.
Garcia.
The fighter's the only one
He
who's
held.
in the ring, looking at the opponent, knowing what's coming back, feeling what's coming back.
Rolly's still holding the phone. He ain't stupid.
Should Ryan Garcia be selling out a little bit more and throwing more punches, Antonio?
I think both of them should. You know what I mean? It's a high-stake game right here. Ooh, good.
Right.
And Rolly is doing what he has to do. He slowed this fight down
Ryan
to a
Garcia looking at the
snail,
ground.
and Ryan
Don't
just
ever
seems
look
to
at the ground. Always look at the
Falling into the trap.
into the trap.
Falling into Rolly's trap.
Rolly has
Fighting
not
at a pace that does not
If Rolly
benefit him
throws him
now.
up because Ryan Garcia is trouble.
And it's easy to forget, but Garcia against Haney lost most of the rounds where he did not score a knockdown. He scored 3 of them, but he was getting outboxed otherwise.
Overhand right that are tapping the glove. So Ryan is focused up here. But if he got his guards up here, he can come right up the middle. Boom. And his chin goes back.
But he know Rolly was coming to win.
Rolly threw a power
so he should have put his best foot forward tonight.
That's the second time Rolly has tried to end the fight on
So
one
Ryan's
big shot.
But at least he's trying to end it.
Exactly. Big roundhouse right hands are on his mind right now.
Rolly's trying to knock
Good body shot.
And that one landed.
That landed.
That's the third of the big roundhouse rights upstairs, and that one landed.
And Ryan tried to throw check that hook and right hook, and he missed both.
And Ryan's not coming back.
Rolly's
That's the thing. See, if he gets hit with a combination like that, he knows he got to get that back.
He's not worried about the jab so much that he's got a modified Philly shell. He's still holding the phone. Ryan's jab is landing.
In 10 more seconds, there are only going to be 2 rounds to go.
Rolly's coming in.
So the door is closing, or so it would appear,
Rolly jabs to the body.
for Ryan Garcia.
And the round is over. Again, Rolly wins that round. Ryan Garcia he don't want the smoke. He don't want the smoke. Let's hear what Derek Jen got to say.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about that. I can't care about that. I care about you focusing, going out there and doing what you worked on doing. You deserve this. You earn this. If you got to show it, you got to show it. All that shit you went through, all the weight loss, all this, you did all of that. Your act like you didn't do it. You did all that to get here, right? That year off. And you got to go and fight like you hadn't fought for you. You got to let the jab, work off the stick, set up the shots. You waiting for nothing. You walking right into a shot. You got to pick that pace up. That's right. Listen, step over. Pick busy, get busy. The last 2 rounds, you got to go get him. And you don't have time. Find this shit. Find it.
You gotta get. Why are you not telling Ryan?
That was a performance by Derek James, trying to get his fighter to where he needs him to go.
Go in and get him.
Everything he needs to do, he's even
that's
pleading
poor
with him.
tournament.
But it gotta come
guidance.
from Ryan.
I don't know how he became.
And it's a good thing, Jim, that Derek James is being urgent in the corner. I have Romero up 97-92. So Garcia, for me, needs at least a knockdown or two to pull this fight out. And Derek James told him, get busy.
Rolly has more power. Rolly's not intimidated by Ryan.
He's not.
Rolly has more power than Ryan.
Got to start with that front hand
and
first.
They both moved up and
get it busy. He's throwing one jab at a time. Why won't he change the rhythm on his jabs?
If Ryan
jab, down jab, get more busy with it.
Ryan doesn't want that heat. I mean, it's so bad that Rolly.
You have to wonder, what is Devin Haney thinking if he's watching right now?
Rolly has went back to jabbing.
He can't be thinking too much.
That means
after the performance he put on.
Rolly's still trying to
performance or not, he has contract signed to fight Ryan Garcia in the fall.
Dependent on Garcia winning this fight.
Oh my God, Rolly's gonna win this fight.
Although you never know, right? I just keep thinking back to in the HBO days. Zab Judah gets upset by Carlos Baldomir, and then they do the Mayweather Judah fight anyway.
Hey,
he don't want it.
I mean, Rolly already told him.
He don't want it.
I think Haney deserves the rematch. After I knock you out, after I beat you, you can still have your rematch.
Look, now they kind of
good body shot.
Said. Rolly predicted
you're really
that he
good
would knock him out.
remembering Judah Baldomir.
Ryan doesn't want that smoke.
The stuff that went on there. That's a while back.
Hey, I was at that fight as a fan. Zab Judah's one of my
all-time
all-time
in the second
favorites.
round, he knocks him down.
One of my all-time favorite people.
Ryan is like, I gotta watch
just
this
a fun human being, Zab Judah.
He's not gonna win this fight. This is gonna be the first A side to lose. And mind you, the person who's my God, beautiful.
He dug that in there. Romero.
And for the moment, Romero's winning this round.
That could have easily
Yet another
shot. And that would have took Ryan down. Ryan went down to a little shot before.
I just lend that to his focus tonight. Rolly came in with a game plan, a mental approach, and he stuck to it. If he can pull this out, this will be a huge upset.
He's created a level of dominance such that Derek James sold out in the corner.
One step at a time, he's stalking
all but yelling
like,
at Ryan Garcia to try to get a response.
One step at a time.
And in this round, Garcia has been
Garcia
dormant
doesn't have to be
once
that
again.
close. Rolly stepping in one step at a time. Mind you, he's on the back foot. Every time Ryan
disappointed,
goes
Jim, to not see Garcia showing urgency here. He has to know this fight is
doesn't go like this. And
with everything at stake.
He must not like the taste of Rolly's power. That's the only way I can interpret this.
Rolly,
and I'm not a fighter.
This is dangerous. Rolly won that round. The Haneys are watching on.
As they watch a potential payday seem to go down the drain.
Will they fight? Even though Ryan Garcia loses, will they fight? They got Rolly up by 6 points.
Romero 107-101. Ryan Garcia, I've only given him 3 rounds.
Finally, now that he won 4, like I scored.
But he's just not throwing many punches, and you see the body language in the corner, Jim. He knows he's losing this fight.
I got Rolly. Shut up.
You know, you feel your whole.
They gave Ryan 2 rounds there. He got a total of 3 rounds on their scorecard out of 11. There's 1 round left. What are you gonna do?
Media followers, you think you're gonna make big money anyway.
Not in his head. And disgust.
Romero's feeling good though. He jumps right off the stool.
King Rye is the king of social media, no question, in this sport.
Ryan Garcia said he was going to retire Rolly. Remember, Rolly Romero was a champion.
He needs a left hook. He needs to land his rocket left hook. And he tried
that left
one
hook
there.
is not working. Rolly has had his hand on the phone the whole time. So whenever Ryan Garcia tries to get close, This happens. He chokes him up. And treats him like a... Let's go. Rolly is the man right now. Put some respect on him. We getting this bag. We getting this bag. We're going to get paid tonight. Now, Williams, sing the Mars. Let's go. We get paid tonight. Let's go. I wanted somebody from the B side to do something. Rolly Romero was the last chance. And Rolly Romero has proven it.
Good memory, Cop.
Whenever
You're on target.
Rolly holds him up, and throws him up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm tired of this. Let's go. Let's go. Brian Garcia don't want the smoke. Rolly don't got to do shit. Maintain what he's doing.
Maybe that's what happened tonight.
He ain't even outboxing him like that. He's outskilling him.
Yeah, but how do you resist the money?
He neutralized him.
You know, it takes a little bit of faith to say, okay, well, I'll turn this down for now and see if it turns out right. I get even bigger money. When you're looking at the kinds of numbers that were in that contract, right, Cop?
It's a big money fight. I think the rematch was one of the biggest fights in all of boxing after all that transpired. But between the Haney's performance and now this, that might be out the window, at least for now.
They're not even showing highlights of Rolly tackling him to the body. Rolly's coming after him. They wrestling. Oh, he punched him in the clinch. Yes. Now the ref going to blow him. Is the ref going to steal the fight? Is the ref going to steal the fight? Take a point off for no reason. In the last round, is the referee going to get involved?
I wonder if Romero's too strong for Devin Haney at this weight.
Yes, let's go.
He's a beast in there. The legs.
Rolly Romero is fighting one step at a time. Literally one step at a time. Walking him. He's got a half strength. Yeah. He's not even protecting his whole face. He got his hand on the corner on this side. He ain't even using his shoulder to cover up.
He was plus 700.
We get paid tonight. We getting paid tonight.
He's not just winning.
Getting paid tonight.
He's walking
away.
away.
Talking about the payday.
I mean, your card was 107-102. Reverse one round and it's 107-102. Reverse around.
Rolly's holding the center of the ring. Rolly's still winning. Rolly's trying to get the knockout. I told you. Rolly trying to get the knockout. He don't need it, but he's going for it.
And Romero's slow pace. A smart strategy, right, Antonio?
Yeah, I think that was the only strategy, but I didn't think Ryan would cooperate with everything that Rolly was doing tonight. He cooperated, didn't really put up the resistance I would was looking for.
When he noticed,
still young, man. Like I said, we don't know the results of this fight.
He got knocked down in the second round. He was like, "No, I'm not getting knocked out."
Something happened.
The decision was in the second round. That's it. It's over.
And prompted the rest of the fight to be.
Rolly won. Rolly won. I'm telling you, Rolly won. The fight is over. The fight is over. Good. Devin Haney fight Ryan Garcia.
Prevent Ryan from getting going.
But now, Ryan don't need that fight. Devin Haney's laughing. Devin Haney's laughing. But he might lose a payday if Rolly wins. Rolly's playing spoiler. Rolly's playing spoiler. Let's go. The new WBA champion, Rolly Romero.
The face of boxing returns
Rolly
to the
Romero
zone tomorrow. Canelo Alvarez takes on Williams.
There's no way you're going to sit there. There's no way you're going to sit there and tell me that Ryan Garcia beat Rolly Romero. He out-punched him, he stalked him, and he hit him with some heavy body shots and headshots that Ryan Garcia didn't want no smoke. Ryan had no power for him. There was nothing. Remember, Ryan's moving up in weight class too. But Rolly's been sitting around boxing. Ryan's been off, smoking and joking.
Ryan Garcia throws an arm skyward. Oh, these are highlights. Looking back at what happened in the fight. And here's round two. And there's the double left hook. And there's Garcia flying to a seat on the canvas.
Have that.
And from that point forward, not a lot of other things happened in the fight.
That definitely changed the fight for Rolly Romero, and it really made Ryan Garcia hesitate all night long. I thought we'll see a more active Ryan Garcia, more accurate, but hey, he got to get back to the drawing board, Jim.
Well, these highlights show Garcia jabbing effectively. You see how he won some rounds. If you had seen only these highlights, you might have thought that it wound up closer than it's likely to be on the scorecards.
Rolly could have ducked under it or flipped it. He was scoring up
box numbers in the fight.
So they showed the highlights where those jabs
He
were
throws 60 more
for Ryan
punches.
Garcia. But Ryan Garcia did not win this fight. They're not showing the punches to the body that Rolly was landing. They're not showing those other punches, no. And they got the conky box numbers where Rolly's winning. Come on, man. I don't even care about the conky box numbers. Two. Rolly's raised his hand. That Rolly
decision off of this.
By those numbers,
He's
this
got
fight could be up for grabs.
Rolly's
with those
the
numbers.
champion. Yo, we got the bag, people. We got the bag. We going out tonight. Everybody here. Ryan Garcia got a disgusting look on his face.
Box has done
Ryan
more
Garcia
than 15,000 fights in its history. And this produced the third lowest total of punches thrown in a 12-round fight.
Yeah,
Wow,
right.
I would have never
expected
expected that with these two
was-
talented. The
I want the
second
dog.
fight on the card that
The dog can't come out, and he's not winning.
profile. Maybe it was something to do with being in Times Square.
Ryan
Let's go to Michael Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and
Rolly
gentlemen, here
Romero
at
has
Fatal
some
Fury
respect.
Times Square, we go to the
But nobody's
judges'
saying that Rolly Romero was
scorecards.
champion. Rolly Romero was champion. He beat a champion.
Judges Tony Bello and Tom Schreck both scored it 115 to 112. Velasco Rolando
And Rolly
at
lost
118 to 109. The winner by unanimous decision.
And no.
Rolando Rolly.
I told you we got the bag. Oh! Rolly Romero is the new champion. Rolly Romero is the new champion. Rolly, you want to see Devin Haney versus
Piece
Ryan
of applause from Garcia as he accepted the obvious, and Romero begins the celebration, flexing his muscles as he's done all night long, Antonio. And now let's go up to Mike Coppinger in the
Ryan
ring.
Garcia is done.
Rolly Romero,
Ryan Garcia
congratulations
does
on the
not
big
have to fight
victory. You were a major underdog in this fight, and you pulled it out going away down the stretch.
We all got
How
the
does it
bag.
feel?
We all got the bag. Everybody for Rolly.
Look, I just want to say, more than anything, I owe this all to the Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ.
You know, you're one of the biggest punchers in boxing. In round two, you went out left hook. You dropped Ryan Garcia. How big was that to winning this fight?
I mean, knockdowns always help the fight, you know, but I mean, he's a warrior. He got up and, you know, he finished the fight.
We all know Ryan Garcia was headed towards a rematch with Devin Haney. You and Haney have exchanged a lot of words over the years. Who do you fight next?
Man, I ain't even thinking about what's next. I think Devin and Ryan should get their rematch and make a big one.
Rolly Romero, congratulations on the biggest victory of your career. Enjoy
That's a
it.
good
Thank
endorsement.
you.
The whole time.
Thank you.
So Devin and Ryan should fight. There's actually.
We're here with Ryan
Rolly
Garcia,
needs to fight Devin
coming
Haney.
off a disappointing loss. Ryan, what went wrong in there?
You know, just Rolly's, man. He fought a good fight, caught me early. No excuses, man. Congrats to him. He did a great job, and that's that.
We know it was a long layoff for you, 1 year since that Devin Haney fight, and you didn't seem to really be throwing a lot of punches in there. How much did the layoff affect you?
I just think that whole year just took a lot off my body, physically and mentally. I'm just happy that I made it to the ring and went 12 rounds. So thank God for the opportunity. I want to thank Jesus Christ in my losses and my wins. And hats off to Rolly. He did a great job.
And you were dropped in round two, of course. The same round you were dropped against Luke Campbell. In that fight, you rallied to score the knockout in round 7. This time around, it doesn't go your way.
Rolly wasn't having on that level.
You just got to go to the drawing board with my team. We'll talk it over, and we'll see what we do next.
Ryan Garcia, one of the biggest stars in boxing. Thank you, Ryan.
Rolly Romero's not the new
So an
WBA
unusual
champion.
night
They gave
in
him the belt
Times
finally.
Square.
They gave him the
With
belt finally.
a couple of results we couldn't have exactly predicted in the way that they unfolded. Ends with
That's what I was
tremendous victory.
That's what I was
for
looking
a
for.
rising
You're not
post
gonna set
now
up a
in the
fucking
fight.
match with somebody else.
Rolly
You gotta
Romero.
go through me first. And Ryan Garcia did not go through Rolly Romero. And they set it up where Ryan Garcia would have got the WBA belt, and then Ryan Garcia would have fought with Devin Haney for the WBA belt. But now that Rolly Romero is the WBA champion, that fight is going to be an exhibition fight. Ryan Garcia doesn't have to fight Devin Haney. There's no reason why that fight should happen now for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia don't need to fight him. Devin Haney don't have a belt. All losing. Now, if he wants the money and he needs the money because he was off for a year, then that's a different story. But he doesn't have to fight him. He lost. He don't got to fight him. He got upset. The opposite happened. Oscar De La Hoya wanted Ramirez to beat Devin Haney to stop the fight because Oscar De La Hoya didn't want the Devin Haney rematch. He didn't want the Devin Haney rematch. But guess what? Ryan Garcia lost. He don't have to fight Devin Haney. I lost. There's no reason why Ryan Garcia needs to be nice and give Devin Haney an opportunity to beat him. I wouldn't. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. How much you paying? Nope. You got to come up with more than that. I want half your purse if you want your rematch. Get the biggest payday he can get out of it if he's going to do that. If not, don't do it. Don't do it. Rolando Romero showed exactly how to neutralize that counter left hook. The whole fight, all 12 rounds, he was on the phone. Even when he went on the Philly show. You know what I'm saying? He was on the phone with his girl like, yo, I'm bringing this gold. Rolly said he don't care about money. He wants championships. So now, are you going to put respect on Rolly's name? Because Rolly's a comedic. He funny as hell. And even in victory, where they should give him the A side win, because now he got the belt. He's a champion. He got 2 belts because he got that Riyadh belt. And he got the WBA belt. He's a world champion again. You're going to disrespect him and give him and give the attention to Ryan Garcia instead of giving him his flowers? He just beat Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia had never been champion. How you going to expect somebody who had never been champion to expect to come through in the championship rounds when he ain't never been in the championship rounds ever? Ever. Ryan Garcia never been champion. Rolly Romero was champion. Yes, Pitbull Cruz beat him, and Ryan Garcia didn't know nothing about that. How did Pitbull Cruz beat him? With straight aggression. Straight aggression. Coming through Rolly's punches. Rolly ain't had nothing for him. Let's go.
Former heavyweight champ Mike Tyson in the building.
Ryan ain't had nothing for Rolly. Rolly was a stronger guy. They got Mike Tyson on the phone.
Thumping him. What a fight in Times Square.
With Nick, whatever his name is.
Did you expect Romero to be a little more hype with the win? He seemed very subdued to me with the post-fight interview.
I just expected Ryan to really go all out.
Should we?
Rolly, so in the lead up to the fight, he was talking to Garcia, and he was saying the entire time, just like he said after the win there, he was like, I hope Haney and Garcia have another fight. He said that, have a big one, and then I'll be on the other side. Feels like he has been so humble through this entire thing, just so, I don't want to say laissez-faire through it all, and then he just came out here and threw bombs. And Ryan Garcia said he's got to go back to the drawing board. It's like, I think Rolly feels very good about the execution of his strategy tonight.
I'm sure he does. Mike, that power was a problem for Ryan, huh?
I don't know. What do you think about Haney and our friend
Ryan,
right here? Yeah.
whether we still get that
Rolly.
fight?
Something about him and Rolly. What do you think about that
Instead
fight?
of Garcia, they give it Rolly and have Haney out there. Because if Rolly could connect, I watch Haney. This is my first time seeing Haney live.
Rolly will destroy.
I don't know if Rolly can catch him.
That's what I'm saying. That would be the thing.
Do you say that, Mike, because you've now lost interest in the rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney?
I want to see the best fight the best.
So you want the winner, Rolly, to then go on and get a bigger fight?
Yeah.
Understood.
I think, I was talking to some people over here, and obviously I don't know Rolly's history as much. The fact that he won 12 rounds, I think people were impressed with. I think people thought that he was going to try to end this thing early. Cardio, stamina.
I thought that as well.
Making it all 12 rounds. Now, there was a lot of 12-round fights tonight. I think we saw a lot of boxing this evening.
Yes, we did.
And I don't know if we expected that or not. But the surprise for people of Rolly being able to make it the long road and kind of control.
What are you talking about, man? Rolly's been in championship fights before.
Speaking of Devin Haney,
This
as we
guy
just
don't know what
were,
he's
let's
talking
show you the
about. Why they
highlights
happening?
from his fight as well.
Go back to the WWE where you can say whatever the hell you want and not know what the fuck you're talking about.
But I was
Go back
walking
to
around.
football. Go
I was
test
walking
it.
around, you know,
College
experiencing
football.
Times Square.
Don't come over
Haney's
here and
electrifying to watch.
Downstream Rolly. Rolly's
What did you think?
champion
Because the
before.
commentary team, Jim Lampley, and
I don't know
the
nothing about Rolly, but he went
this
12
fight got
rounds.
a little flat.
What the hell you talking about? He went
It was
12
flat.
rounds.
It was flat, but it's because that Haney shut him out. That's why. it wasn't a match at all for him. It didn't win a round pretty much. And he shut him out. And that's the only thing that was boring because it wasn't competitive. He won so easy.
What about the mental side for Devin Haney coming
Listen.
back, obviously, from that loss? And it was a beatdown against... Sorry.
Devin Haney ran around the ring.
After this fight,
Ryan
I'm
Garcia
very confident.
had
Right
Rolly
where he
running
needs to
around
be.
the ring.
Willing to fight.
And then Rolly
Whoever's next.
just
Feels like Haney
screw
can
it.
run
I'm
all
going to take
night.
one step forward
That
every
was so
time
impressive.
he
12
tries
feet
something.
were just as fast as
And
He
lean
was
back.
in shape.
Yeah.
He was in great
With that
shape.
left hook.
I don't know
If you
if
know
Rolly
for
can
one
handle
punch,
that.
and you can
Let's
neutralize
take it to
that
the other
punch.
fight, the other main
Watch
event
the video.
tonight, another fight.
Watch the video. I'm not going to listen to this guy. McAfee or whatever his name is, he's good for wrestling. Stay over there. Over there, you can say whatever you want. It might not even make any sense, and people will allow it. You're not going to come over here to boxing and try to act like you're a sports commentator and you don't know crap about boxing. You don't know a left hook from a right hook. I know you're even going to the MMA. Yo, McAfee, stay in your lane. Get out of my sport. I'm going to tell you right now. McAfee, yo, if anybody's seeing this, tag McAfee on this. McAfee, stay out of boxing. Go to football, go to WWE, go to MMA. Stay out of boxing because you disrespecting Rolly, and Rolly don't deserve that disrespect. He was former champion, and once you're a champion, you always a champion. And he proved again tonight that he's a champion. Ryan Garcia has never been champion. Let's talk about it. All right? Pat McAfee. See, now your name is in my mouth. Pat McAfee, get out of boxing. Stay out of my sport. Okay? Mike Tyson can speak, and he's not talking crazy like you are.
I have to agree. Regardless, with Devin beating the guys easy, it was a great night.
I think so. A lot of, the spectacle. At one point, I checked on X. I think 4 to the top.
This is terrible. I'm muting that guy. That's muting that guy. I want to hear what Mike Tyson got to say. Even the lady, she's not talking crazy, but Pat McAfee, he don't know what he's talking about. I'm not gonna co-sign on that. I don't want him on my stream. Pat McAfee, you trash, bro. Stay out of boxing. Bro. Tag him on this one. If you listening, tag him on this one. Pat McAfee, get out of my business, bro. Stay out of boxing, bro. Stay out of boxing. Because I think you're afraid to get punched in the face. You be acting like a coward in WWE. Let's see. You got a match with Gunther coming up. Let's see what happens. Are you going to take the fall or are you going to try to take the win? Sucker.
Interesting.
That's pretty exciting. A lot of hotels there, some casinos.
Okay.
Hey, you're so cultured. I don't even know where that is. You just said it.
I got to mute that guy. I'm telling you. Pat McAfee is not the man. Mike Tyson's in the middle, bro.
Okay. Well, neither of us know.
Yeah, well, I'm
Isn't
not
it
very
a gambling
cultured.
capital?
Okay, not a bad spot.
Jesus Christ. Shut up, man. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Stay out of boxing. Go to MMA. Go to football. You know football. Go to football, man. Stay over there. Go do movies or something, man. Go. Stay out of boxing commentary. I don't know who brought you over here. You're not entertaining over here. This is not where you at. You don't know what you're talking about. Get out of here. No, that's it. No, that's it. It's done. They're gonna keep having them talk. Listen, Pat McAfee, go. Yourself. All right. Stay out of boxing, bro. You're not gonna be over here talking crap about Rolly after he wins the fight. I can understand if he lost and you were talking smack, but he won. All right. And the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney shouldn't happen. If Oscar De La Hoya is smart, there's no reason, absolutely no reason, unless Devin Haney has a belt. There's no reason why Ryan Garcia needs to fight Devin Haney. There's absolutely no reason. He don't want to be outboxed. And now that Rolly has shown exactly how to defeat Ryan Garcia and neutralize his counter left hook and his gazelle left hook, Ryan Garcia has to go back to the drawing board and come up with combinations. I'm telling you, the uppercut would have worked. The straight overhand right, the right, a fake jab and double up on the right. He could have caught him because Rolly was standing flat-footed. But it didn't happen. Hindsight 2020 ain't going to help you. You couldn't do it. You went 12 rounds, and after the second round, to me, you lost all those rounds after that because he was hitting you in the body. He was hitting you in the head. Every punch that you landed, it didn't phase him. A lot of the hooks that you landed was on his glove because he wouldn't let go of the phone. Listen, Ryan Garcia needs to go back to the drawing board, not fight Devin Haney. Call in sick, do what, do what Dubois did when he was supposed to fight Joseph Parker. Call in sick and then go move on and fight somebody else. There's absolutely no reason to fight him. You don't have to prove anything. Ryan Garcia, you don't have to prove anything. You already beat Devin Haney. You got the photos to it to prove it. You got the highlights. I mean, you got yourself standing over him with your belt saying king and Devin Haney's on the ground. He wants to make up for that. He wants to have his own pictures of you on the ground, like Rolly has of you right now. Don't do it. There's no reason for you to do it. No amount of money is gonna get you to do that. Go for a championship belt. You already had your first champion, your second. Actually, this is your third championship fight because you lost to Gervonta Davis. That was a championship fight. You lost to Devin Haney because of the Osterring. Even though you won that fight, you should have had the belt. But even when you win in that fight because you didn't make weight and you was goofing around, you didn't get that championship. You should be a championship fighter right now. So now you're gonna go take another risk and fight Devin Haney for what? So he can get his revenge? No, you don't. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. Imagine all the guys that fought Mayweather that would want to fight him again just to get. Even Canelo probably would have wanted to fight him again in order to get his get back. No, absolutely not. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's no reason for you to do it. Mind you, you came in here looking a little focused, and you still lost. You got to come up with combinations. Get rid of Derrick James all over again. He was giving you bad advice in the corner. Get Teofimo Lopez's dad, who was giving good advice. Get him in your corner. Get him in your corner. Get anybody else that knows boxing. Get him in your corner. Give you combinations to deal with, to neutralize a threat. Because the biggest thing as a champion, and I know the biggest thing as a champion is that you need to adjust to the situation in the ring. And at no point in this fight did you adjust. The same thing with Devin Haney in the last fight. He didn't adjust. He kept catching the left hooks. Even here, at one point you was looking at the ground, Ryan. You was looking at the ground. If you're looking at the canvas, you're going to go see the canvas personally. And then one-punch combinations, that's not a combination. It's a one-punch. That's not a combination. So I don't even know. It's an oxymoron to say one-punch combination. These people always saying one-punch combination. There's not one-punch combination. It's a one-punch. There is no combination. You're combining it with what? Back to your chin? No. Stop it. If you like this stream, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe. Help the channel out. We're trying to get up to 2,000 followers real quick, soon. We almost there. We right there. Let's get 2,000 subscribers. Let's go. Tomorrow night, we're gonna be back here again, and I think we're gonna do the whole undercard, because there's some people on the undercard that some heavyweights down there that we want to see. We want to talk about. All right. One of them beat what's his name? Jared Bagoli. And Bagoli got knocked out by Joseph Parker for jumping in because Dubois skipped out and said he wasn't fighting Joseph Parker. The day of the fight, the day before the fight, he called in sick. And Bagoli decided, I'll take it, without knowing what he was walking into, and got knocked the hell out. He got a payday, but now his brain is not the same. So tomorrow night, he might be in for a rude awakening, or he's going to make a comeback. But it ain't going to be with Parker, so he's not going to get his get back. So it's going to be interesting. He's on the undercard of Canelo Skull. And I'm looking for Skull to do something, like Rolly did tonight. You're not going to say, I'm going to beat Canelo. Canelo's going to beat me, and then I'm going to go on and fight Crawford. No. Skull needs to play spoiler like Rolly did tonight. I hate when people do that. I've been the B-side, and I had to prove them wrong. The crowd is against you. People are cheering against you, and then you got to show up and show out. Give it everything you got, your heart, your soul, everything. Be prepared to go to the end of it. They have to take you out in the stretcher. Go out on your shield, especially when all odds are against you. Especially when all odds are against you. And William Skull is all odds against him. Rolly was all odds against him. We got paid tonight. Everybody who betted on Rolly got paid. William Skull needs to show up. Because you're not going to say, oh, I'm going through him, and I'm going to go fight the next person. He needs to play spoiler. He needs to take that. And then if he takes the Undisputed Championship, what is Canelo versus Crawford going to be about? If Skull takes the Undisputed Championship tomorrow night, and he has a puncher's chance, but he's a still smaller guy, and Canelo has taken big shots from bigger people. And he's a more skilled fighter. So I don't know if Skull's going to be able to do what Rolly did tonight. In this case, Rolly was the champion. He's been a champion. Ryan has never been a champion. And mind you, Skull only got that belt because the IBF stripped Canelo. He's the email champion. He hasn't proven himself at the championship level. There's levels to this, bro. There's levels to this. And Teofimo Lopez showed that tonight. There's levels to this. There's levels. You know, you could be here at a regular championship status, but super champion is where it is. That regular championship is interim, and it's number one contender title. It's bogus. It's a participation trophy. It means nothing to me. So let's go. Tomorrow night we're going to go, and then the next night we got Inoue. Again, the B side is being disrespected, and the way that guy looks, he looks like he's going to get knocked out easy. Easy. It might be a one-round fight. They throwing him to the dogs because Inoue he's a monster. You throwing a guy, you know, the guy got some skills. You know, he fought some fights, but he hasn't fought a guy like Inoue. And Inoue has come up in weight too. And somehow his power has lasted. But Inoue got knocked down one time already. So we know he could get knocked down again. But he's a monster. So right now they got him. Even if you look at the promotion, they don't even, and some of the promotion, they don't even have the other guy fighting in the weight in the promotion. But we're gonna cover that. We're gonna see what Inoue does. All right. So if you like everything you saw tonight, hit the like button, subscribe. Help the channel out. Tell your friends about it. And please, listen to me. If I can tell you anything else, thank you for the privilege of your time. And remember to keep your hands up, chin tucked, eyes open, and protect yourself at all times, baby.